Our guest this week is geared up and about to teach you why Americans don't have health care. Last season, her podcast went deep on American Ivy and had a whole cohort of listeners dressing like grandpas and substitute teachers. This season, she's getting the full recon in outdoors and military clothes, and I'm not talking green berets. I need all my dead bird enthusiasts to hop out the shower, take your jackets off, and sit your gorp ass down to listen, because this pod, Hostess with the Mostest, has a brand new season about to invade your ears like America just discovered oil in your brain. Premiering October 22nd, we are joined by our old friend to chat performative males, lethal swag, and menswear stolen valor. Host and producer of the podcast, Articles of Interest, Avery Trufelman. Avery, how's it going?
It's going well. How's your fashion? I wanted to ask you how your fashion week is.
Exhausting. It's over, right? It's over. We're done. It's October.
It's going to be super old news. It's fall right now. It's beautiful. There's a crisp in the air.
It's October.
Yeah.
Happy Halloween.
Wait, right. Are we pretending it's October?
Yeah. If you want to.
The series is out and I finished it. I'm so relieved.
Congrats on finishing your homework.
So much. It's awesome to be done.
Are you pulling like all-nighters wrapping this shit up?
Yeah. It's so rough.
What? Do you do everything like soup to nuts?
Yeah. Yeah.
Why do you do that to yourself?
You're greedy.
You should delegate.
You want all the money for yourself.
You should have learned from your new subjects. You delegate. You give orders and you have grunts do the work for you.
But then you have to pay the grunts. And
so
then,
it's about money.
And then you have to be like a bossy person who's like, and I'm so like, no, can you move it over a little bit? Can you? Yeah. And like when I work, and I love working with people, but I do find myself being micromanaging.
So if you want it, it's like
I would rather just put that pressure on myself than someone else.
That's fair.
I know how I am.
If you want it done right, just do it yourself.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Who hurt you?
I'm an artist.
Okay.
You're just tortured in general. Well, we're so happy to have you back either way.
Thank you.
Tortured, sleepy.
And it's so nice to have the series done and have October be here. It's so great.
Congrats again. The first thing we want to do, Avery, as always, is a little fit check. You came through. It seems you wore the tee. You wore the band tee to the concert.
I was going to make that metaphor.
Thank you for your service.
Yeah, it's actually a Pakistani.
It's very cool
shirt. I was listening because I am. Okay. It's October. And so
a month ago,
I was listening to tape for episode 5, which is now finished. But back when I was listening to episode 5, I went to Eastern Costume, which is a costume warehouse in LA where they lend out all the costumes for like all the war movies.
Sick.
And it ended up being a great place to reference a lot of the camouflage and a lot of the there like aren't a lot of war archive, like war costume archives where you can look at all the stuff side by side, like private industry stuff and public stuff. And this costume warehouse ended up being a great resource. And they have this wall of camo of every country's camo in like alphabetical order.
Oh, wow.
It's the coolest thing. And I loved this one. I was like, whoa, what's this? And it's Pakistan.
Is it open to the public? Can you like go, or do you have to like be a journalist and put in a request?
I mean, they're pretty chill. You could like call them. I had just
pretty chill for a military archivist.
Yeah,
they're great.
For an armory of camo.
I brought Kyle Fitzgibbons, who's the head of design for Buck Mason, because I had just interviewed them, and I was like, I'm going to this military costume warehouse. Do you want to come? And I was like, can I bring the designer for Buck Mason? And they were like, sure. So I think now Buck Mason like brings all their designers.
Oh, it's like reference stuff.
to reference their stuff.
Stolen valor.
Yeah, straight up.
Oh, well, Buck Mason has a huge military collection.
Oh, we're going to talk about it.
Yeah. That's like that's a huge thing.
Maybe.
And so
if they buy some ads for this episode.
it's a massive thing. But yeah, basically I was like, this is an amazing shirt.
And this is your number one of A through Z?
Well,
all 186
he gave it to
nations?
me. He was like, do you want it? And I was like,
as a gift.
Yeah. Well, they have so much stuff. And so he was like, just take it.
To the victor go the spoils.
True.
So I haven't worn it since. And I was like, I'll wear it for the guys tomorrow. And
That's
I'm like really embarrassed that I'm wearing
you showed up looking like you're about to go to war. What about
Thanks.
shorts on this unseasonably warm October day?
Yeah, it's so warm out. Well, the shorts are also kind of apropos.
They are.
The shorts are old Banana Republic from like the 80s.
Like Safari Collection?
And well, it was after they were bought by the Gap. But before they were bought by the Gap, they were bought by the Gap in 83.
Yeah, we'll fact check that.
It's cool.
Yeah, 83.
Well,
Well,
yeah.
I should know this because they're part of the episode. I interview, they're part of the series. I interview Patricia Ziegler, one of the founders of Banana Republic, because they started as a military surplus store. And
Is that why it's called Banana Republic?
Because
Because
I
of
can't ever get over the name.
because it is
they were founded
by and for Banana Republics.
That was it was like a joke. It was founded by a painter and a writer.
Wow.
And
How
they were
sensitive.
Yeah, pre-woke.
it's a boomer humor, you know? They're like, it's from the old young struggling republics who are selling the surplus from the last dictator.
I have a new brand. It's called the Iran Contras, you know?
Yeah. Collection.
No,
The
she was
Contra
like, it's so
collection.
not woke now. Ha ha ha. And it's like, man, to live in the 70s. Like
Yeah, you can say whatever you wanted.
truly. And that like Don Fisher walked in and was like, this is such a hoot, you guys. I love this.
Yeah, let's run with that. Let's run with the joke name that'll
Yeah.
offend a lot of people in 50 years.
Early 80s vintage banana.
And it's so great. I love these shorts. I did kind of buy them as a joke and they're great.
Mm.
And
And
then
the socks and shoes again, it's kind of sticking with the
Yeah.
military color
I
scheme
am.
at least.
I'm kind of in a costume, but I also do genuinely dress like this. And then the socks are Tyler, the Creator's brand, Golf LaFleur.
Ooh, look at you staying young and cool and hip and locked in with the scene.
Can I brag for a second?
Sure.
He
Oh.
sent these to me.
Wow. He's a fan. Is he a fan? He's got to be.
After Ivy, he sent
Wow.
these to me.
Did you switch up his swag? Was he like he's a listener, obviously.
He slid into my DMs and he sent this to me.
Oh wow.
it was
Fire.
very cool.
What social platform DMs? Twitter?
Back when it was Twitter, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It was
Sick.
I was like,
Damn. You're so cool, dude.
What are the loafers?
I was
You are.
back then.
That's why you're here.
I'm trying to get it back.
Right, I
That's why I'm staying up all night.
Mhm.
The loafers are the old discontinued Belgian shoes.
Belgians with the heel. Lawrence's
They
least
don't do the
favorite
tassel
Belgian.
one.
No, there's there's you know how they have like the Mr. Casual and the heeled version. I don't like that loafer, but this is
You don't
a
like the
tassel.
heeled.
I don't like the heel on with the bow, like that style.
Yeah.
That needs to be just a flat. We don't need to talk about this.
No. I love the tasseled version.
This is cool.
But it
and
makes me like
OG.
persona non grata when I go into the Belgian store because I try to like pretend I'm like, hello, I am a customer like everybody else.
Right.
I would like to also get these fixed. And it's so obvious that I like bought these on eBay because they don't
We haven't made these in
exist
years.
anymore, and they're
Yeah.
I bought these from Bernie Madoff.
it's so they're like, why do you have these? And they refuse to fix them because
Really?
they were like, you should throw these out. They said these are done. They've lived a good life. And then I just
Should
brought
throw
them
these
to
out
my-
and buy a new pair. What can I do to get you a new pair of Belgian say? What the fuck? Why don't you just refurbish them?
Yeah.
And so I brought them to my shoe guys and they fixed them.
No, I was
and
gonna say
they're fine.
shout out Belgian shoes. It's extortion if you they always say bring it back to us, don't trust anyone else. A good cobbler in New York who's been working on Belgians for New Yorkers for years can do it cheaper and just as good. FYI for everyone at home.
And you know, Belgians hate Belgian shoes.
The actual people.
Actual Belgians hate Belgian shoes.
What's Belgian camo look like?
I don't know. That's a great
We'll
question.
get into it.
I spent a lot of time in Belgium last year.
What? Okay.
My next project is a book about the Antwerp Six.
Oh.
Ooh.
Name 'em.
Heard of them.
Oh, come on. Ander
go.
Mulemeester,
Yeah.
Dries Van Noten,
Easy.
Walter Van Beerendonks,
Easy.
Marina Yee,
There it is.
Dirk Bickenberg, Dirk Van Sana.
People always love to say Raf, but Raf is not.
No, and he was the next generation.
Exactly.
And then Martin Margello was a classmate
Mhm.
and technically counts.
Technically counts.
As part of the six?
We'll read about it in the book, yeah? We'll read about it.
Oh.
You'll read about it.
That's
6
cool.
plus 1.
When's the book out? Do you know? Do you have an idea?
When I get edits back to my editor.
We'll get you back on for that one. What about the little watch?
Oh, this is the same watch I had last time, my old Movado. But it was funny. I remember last time I was like, it's my one watch and I never need another. And now I'm like, maybe I'm ready for a new watch.
What are you thinking?
I don't know. I was actually going to ask you guys for help.
Big giant Rolex Yachtmaster for sure.
A fat ceramic AP.
Yeah. A white or blue ceramic AP would hit so hard.
What's that? I don't
Get
know.
a
I'm
Casio
so watch
calculator
illiterate.
watch.
You got to ask. You probably can't afford it, my
Yeah.
friend. Sorry.
Yeah. What about these rings?
I got engaged.
Congrats.
Thank you. This is my fiance's great grandmother's ring. It's just like a old filigree ring. I think it's very beautiful. This is from Dutton Ellerkamp. This is from Sapir Bakar, and this is from Old Jewelry, and it's Zoe Mom.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think that's everything.
Panties?
Arc.
Arcteryx?
Arc.
We're gonna need you to say the panties into the mic because that's
Arc.
what. Okay, there it is.
Arc.
Arcteryx underwear? I wear Arcteryx underwear.
Do they make
It's good.
underwear?
It's
Gore-Tex.
Yeah.
No,
It's an
like,
adult diaper. It's Gore-Tex on the inside.
A lot of
That would
gooch sweat
actually
on
be
that.
awesome. That would be so good for like periods. and
Taped
stuff.
seams, sealed,
wish.
locked for freshness. You know.
Yeah. It's like a good Ziploc bag.
That would be fantastic.
Would it?
actually. That
Would
be
it?
So good.
I don't know.
I
All
would
right.
love
And you're
that.
sipping on a Topo Chico and a big ol' espresso.
Yeah.
It's a double,
Yeah.
at least a doppio.
Oh,
It's burning the midnight
gone.
oil.
It
Oh,
was.
it's gone. All right.
It was.
All right, Avery, let's get into the meat and potatoes of the only podcast. The only podcast matters.
It's okay. It's true.
Messiah.
No, it's true.
No.
The only consistent podcast that matters.
Yeah, it's the only weekly
Wow.
podcast matters.
Damn.
We
Good
haven't
call.
I'll allow it.
we haven't potted together since early 2023. In all that time, why have you still not gotten on Instagram?
What's wrong with you, dude?
Do you recommend Instagram?
Yeah.
Do you actually think it makes your life better?
What
For
are you
your
doing
business.
What are you doing with like these 6 hours of your day that could be spent just scrolling?
The
Yeah.
human mind finds ways to fuck around.
What do you what do you
Quote that.
how do you fuck around without social media, without IG?
Everything is turning into IG. Like I'm on YouTube and it's turning into IG.
Oh,
I'm on
yeah.
Substack and it's turning into IG. Like everything is just
Yeah.
feeding me
Everything is
mindless
reels.
garbage.
Yeah.
You can just get it from all angles everywhere.
Have you ever felt the urge or the need to get on there, maybe to like promote a project or
I
like
had it once.
keep up?
Yeah.
I had it for like
And?
2 years, and I found myself being like, "Hi guys," and I was
Ooh,
like,
yeah.
"Ugh,
Okay.
no." And I started like being at events and being like, "I love being at this event." I was like, "I can't."
Yeah. But the self-promotional aspect, when you have a new project like you do, it helps to hit grid, in my experience.
Yeah, probably. It
Whatever.
probably does. It probably does. You're right.
I mean, it's already working. It's
You're absolutely right.
whatever you're doing is working. But you felt the brain rot on set early on.
Yeah. And I also think, I don't know, I just don't, it's, I don't know. It's like the having to, especially in the fashion, you know how it is. It's like your outfit gets analyzed, your look gets analyzed.
Yeah.
It's,
Thrown to the
Your looks
masses.
get commented on.
yeah,
Your weight is dissected.
Exactly.
You don't want that?
You know what?
As a woman, it's
you know
attention.
what? Let's go for it.
Yeah.
I'm comfortable
Doesn't
enough.
that sound
I've worked
great?
really hard on myself for
Yeah.
Yeah.
Think
all
of how
these
much-
years.
Think of how much more therapy you could be doing.
Yeah, exactly. I'm strong enough.
Yeah. Also,
Fuck
not to
it.
gas you, but your approval rating is like higher, I feel like, than the average person that exists in this space. So, if anything, I feel like that's just fucking a lot of glazing that would go down versus critical analysis of your physical features.
I don't know. The internet's never stopped anybody.
Facts.
And
Yeah.
also, like, you know how everyone
You don't want this glazing 24/7?
you can't repeat an outfit. You can't like I don't know. You can't like
Sure.
It's dumb. It's dumb stuff.
Has
It's
it
dumb
ever?
stuff.
I mean, I would say that you're 1,000 times more a journalist than most people in the fashion industry, especially those that call themselves. Well, I guess now everyone's just comfortable calling themselves a content creator.
Mhm.
Has it ever worked against you though, where you're like, hey, I want to go to this thing or I want access to this thing, and they're like, well, you're not gonna like post it or tag us. Like, why would we invite you? Or are you above
Ooh.
that?
It's definitely been 100%.
Call them out. Tory Burch, you're
I
on
think
notice.
I think we're calling her out right now. Is what's
No.
happening.
I want to know who the brands are that are like, oh, you're not on Instagram, then we're not getting you into our thing.
People have
Oh,
been
definitely.
You're not allowed to hang out.
Like everybody. Like no, I just don't do.
the transactional nature is that you think front and center.
I'm asking.
Yeah,
her.
absolutely. No, I don't do like fashion week stuff.
It's all
Smart.
bullshit.
But it's also because I like don't get invited, and that's okay. It's because I don't have anything to offer them. If anybody invites me, some people do invite me to stuff, and I understand that is charity. They are inviting me out of the goodness of their hearts because I have nothing to give them.
You spent fashion
In
week at
return.
you spent fashion week at an airbase.
Yeah, exactly.
Also, but now
exactly.
now the brands are scared of you because you're in tight with the U.S. military.
Yeah, dude.
yeah, exactly.
Pat
exactly.
you down twice
Yeah.
before you get into the function.
Exactly. I know guys like
Yeah.
they.
I'm about to drone strike 9 Orchard.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I also have the part that might actually be genuinely scary is that I don't want to call myself like an expert on camo or anything, but I do start to see it with like the eye now. I'm like, really?
Like you said, like people.
I see like
you.
81 Woodland, and I'm like, why? You know,
We're gonna talk about that, but you're like,
Okay.
it's not like I see you. Your camouflage isn't working. Like I can see you. Like it's not some John Cena shit.
You take that very literal.
You can. Well, it's too bad the season is locked and loaded and already shipped off. Otherwise, you could take that one. All right, what can you tell us about this upcoming season of Articles of Interest?
oh my god. Okay, it's about the intersection of the military and the outdoor industry, and they are deeply, deeply, deeply interwoven. And I thought
They're in bed together, but we don't ask, don't tell.
they're very in bed together in a way that like I thought it was just going to be about the military because everybody is like, you know, every TikToker is like, did you know that the military informs what you wear? And like a peacoat came from the military.
Thanks,
and like,
Wikipedia.
yeah, exactly. Like, whoa. And I was on that bent too. I was like, oh my God, like khakis came from the military. Whoa. But then, you know, you like dig down a little bit deeper and it's like, it's the outdoor industry, all of it. They informed each other in this major way. And so it's this really interesting kind of love triangle between the outdoor industry and the military, and then like fashion kind of comes in the middle there. And it's like from the dawn, like the kind of annoying snoozy part about my show is everything kind of like begins in the 1800s. I can't really like begin it with a cool hook because it's like, we have to go back to the founding of this country. So
Is it France, England, or Japan?
Japan is not a huge part of this one,
Okay.
unfortunately.
Damn, bummer.
I know. I'm sorry.
That's what the people want.
But this is about America. This is a very American
Wow. Good
season.
timing. You're gonna do crazy numbers,
Right
bro.
at the buzzer of the empire. You get one last hurrah.
I know. And I'm so scared to listen to the news because everything could change on a dime.
Sure.
You know, everything could change. But yeah, this is a very American season. And it's also kind of interesting because it does really show like what a batshit country we've been like this entire time. And it's also really refreshing. Just like seeing what a batshit country we've been this whole time. And it is really refreshing to look at the history and be like, oh, this whole entire time, there have been people who have been like, what? Like there have been people who've been like, this makes no sense.
Sure.
Like in the beginning, the Spanish-American War was so crazy that, long story short, we were like, we have to liberate Cuba. And then we were like, wait, no, maybe we should take over Cuba. And then people were like, what? That's so crazy. This is so against what we believe in.
Yeah.
And it made me feel good that I was like, okay, so there were some Americans who were like,
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Conscientious
this makes
objectors.
no sense. Yeah.
if not for the Spanish-American War, we never would have gotten the Rough Riders.
Yeah.
DMX,
That's true.
the Locks,
Swizz Beats.
Swizz Beats,
Eve.
Dragon.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
You're familiar.
and it's true. And the next episode I'm working on, oh my God. I'm sorry, I'm so tired.
It's okay.
The
Next episode?
the next episode I'm working on, what is her name?
What is her name? Eve?
No.
Does she have a
Pitbull
little
in a skirt?
Yeah. Does she have like really tasteful like claw tattoos?
Now
on
married
her
to like the founder
chest?
of Reddit or some
Yeah.
shit? Like some crazy.
No, that's Serena.
Eve
Oh, that's
married
Serena.
to the founder of Reddit?
Oh,
No,
Serena
she's-
Williams. is.
Serena
Oh,
Williams is.
yeah,
Eve is married
yeah.
to another like huge VC
Yeah.
tech billionaire guy.
Wait, Alex Ohanessian is the founder of No.
Reddit.
That's Serena
That's
Williams'
Serena's
husband
Okay,
and
sorry.
baby
Yeah.
daddy, yeah.
Wow. I didn't realize that was his. Sorry.
They made the right play, those ladies. I'll
Yeah.
say that.
When did you like? Because apparently, when we podcasted about a year and a half ago, you were like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna do my next shit on the military." So like, when did you land on military and outdoor gear as the subject matter for a full season?
Well, I always was like, I have this vision that I do think American clothes are sort of the mark of our empire. I think
Blue jeans, baby.
Yeah, no, I really do. I really think that no matter what the future of this whole American project will be, in the same way that we're all speaking English now, and that's sort of the sign of this fallen past empire.
Yeah.
I think the lingering effect of the American empire will be that like everybody wears American clothes all over the world, even in countries where the local and regional clothing is still alive and vibrant. It is still an option to wear American clothes next to it.
Is it like an aspirational thing still for the rest of the world?
it's in some ways aspirational, in some ways it's just practical. You know, in some ways it's like, this always works.
Yeah.
And part of me is like, what is that? Like, why is everybody wearing American clothes? And there are lots of reasons why. And then the other question is like, what is American clothes? Like, why are they normal? And so I do feel like Ivy was sort of part of that. I think some of it is Ivy. A big part of it is military. And then my third part that I aspire to do one day is Western and cowboy. Yeah. And then I can die. Then like
it's a wrap.
Then it's a wrap.
How about just retire? Don't die.
Okay, I won't die. But it also feels very like Back to the Future, you know, like third one, we go to the West.
Oh, yeah. Or like Turtles in Time. I guess that would be Japan, but I get what you're saying.
Sure. It just feels very like, I always feel like in the third version, they're like, what do we do?
Hail Mary, time travel.
Wild Wild West.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. So yeah, I feel like
So sports, G.I. Joes, and cowboys.
Yeah.
Are the
Archetypes.
Three pillars of the American
they
aesthetic.
all sort of represent these different ideals. You know, I do think like Ivy represents intelligence, institution, belonging, wealth. And I think the military represents ruggedness, selflessness.
Power.
Sacrifice, bravery, frugality, like these other sorts of values. And then I think cowboy represents, you know, individuality, lawlessness. They all, and then when you put them all together,
Donald Trump.
Well, no, because but you get Ralph Lauren, you get Bodie. People lose it. They're like, it's America. Like,
one of Lawrence's fits. Honestly.
Yeah, basically. I mean, look at me today, right?
I'm doing all of them. You get amazing style. No, it's true.
Jesus Christ,
amazing style. Clip that out. Thank you.
It's true. When you get amazing style, when you mix all archetypes,
right?
And that's American clothing, but. And it's kind of difficult to do, and it's kind of difficult to put your finger on. So I'm just taking the magic out of it. I'm just taking all of the.
No, you're educating. You're How do you the magic out? But.
How do you know like what's the starting point for each of these seasons? Like with American Ivy, you trace it all the way back to World War II Japan, or no, even earlier, right? Like the American invasion of Japan in like the 1800s.
Yeah.
This one starts
with American Ivy. Again, I'm like, everything starts with like the founding of America, because I do think America turns 250 next year, and that's not
unk and chopped.
Yeah.
It's
so chopped.
It's so like, I don't know. So much of it is just like in the bones. And like we invent, and another reason for like, why is everybody wearing American clothes? Like we invented ready to wear. And I think you have to like go back to that. Like, why do we do that?
Right.
Where does it come from? Yeah. Thanks, Brooks Brothers.
Which I know because of articles of interest.
Yeah.
Exactly. And so, but I think like that's where American Ivy starts. And then with the military season, it's like, well, where did the American Army start? And like, how did our army start dressing?
The Revolutionary War?
Yeah. And this idea that like we weren't going to have an army. Like Thomas Jefferson was like, let's not have an army because this historically is kind of a bad idea.
One of his better decisions, I think, but it proved out to not work.
Yeah. Well, it could have been a good decision. But then we would have had all these militias.
I was talking about his personal life.
Yeah, exactly. A man. Yeah, exactly. Compared to all of his decisions.
It's cool. We can move on.
A complicated man.
A bad man. So yeah, I don't know. That's, it's very podcaster to be like, well, to understand that, we have to go back in time. But yeah, so everything, but I never start there. It's always kind of annoying. I'm like, oh no, we have to like go back to 1830 again. But
I wonder where Western's going to start.
Yeah.
Oh no!
I'm just kidding. So in the season, as in every season of Articles of Interest, you kind of speak to a whole wide range, plethora of experts, of individuals, of people that like honestly just kind of bring flavor and voice to the pursuit of the study. Like, who is the most interesting person you spoke with in the season?
The designer for the military.
There's a designer. Like
There's a
creative
designer
director
for the military. Yeah,
Is he sick? Is he?
Annette. She.
Is she sick?
Wow. They walked right into that one. Got his ass.
Annette Lafleur. She's the designer for the
French?
military. She's American. She's American.
Okay.
She just has a very designery name.
Did she like go to like FIT?
Everybody, I went to the fashion department of the U.S. military. It looks like a fashion school. They've got like reams of fabric. They're cutting fabric. They all went to fashion school.
How heavy was the don't ask, don't tell policy in there?
Yeah.
It was. It's all women. It's really funny. It's very like, and they're like, here's where
kind
we
of
keep,
fucked
like
up.
the fashiony people. It's really interesting.
Did they
actually.
drip?
No. Well,
What do they wear to
no.
work? Uniforms?
They all wear like black. They're like, oh, this is like the fashion section.
Fire.
Yeah. They're very, they've got a very like garment industry, like schmata vibe going on. It's a lot of like little old ladies being like, I've done this forever.
Done this, it's numb.
That's kind of the vibe. And they're like, yeah, they let us do whatever we want in here. We have like cutting tables and they let us make it like our own place.
But it's all like technical and performance driven, I imagine.
Yeah.
They're not doing like fucking, I don't know.
But it's really cool. They'll be like, oh yeah, here's a suit that we made for like jumping out of helicopters. And it's awesome looking.
Damn.
And then, well,
that's just Rick.
Exactly. It's so cool. And then the other half of it is like, oh shit, we forgot to make like a maternity uniform.
Oh.
They're revising a lot of like, we forgot to make women things.
So
Which is weird,
They're
'cause
still
women.
working on that.
Yeah.
Annette LaFleur was the most interesting. I mean, she sounds like she has a fucking wild story.
She's been doing the job for a long time. That was really interesting.
Is she an employee of the government, or is she
Yes.
like does she have a rank in the military or
She's an employee of the government.
a federal employee?
She is serving, and it's major. Sorry.
Yeah. The show, that's really respectful.
Salute, Annette. Did she strike you as like a fashion person?
Yeah, totally. And she doesn't hesitate to be like, that's really chic. You know, she's like, oh, that's really chic. That's
Dirty
really
little
in.
word, but okay.
And so she was really fascinating. And then, like I went to the big military contracting conference that they have. And like they had all these tanks and like bullets, and I got to play with
Guns.
I got to like play with the
tanks,
unmanned AI like
Drones?
missile launchers.
So drones.
Whoa.
I cried every night. It was horrifying.
Is there clothes there?
Yep.
So
you betcha.
So it's just a trade show, obviously.
It's a trade show, but it's so wild that like the high performance clothes and like Gore-Tex had a booth, Danner had a booth, Polar Tech had a booth.
So it's like lethal AI, and then you have like technical fabrics.
Yeah, and they had
all
like
in the same space.
What is it? Those the Boston Dynamics.
Oh, the robot
were there.
dogs. Yeah, those are terrifying.
Terrifying shit.
Was the Rizbot there?
What's that?
This little robot that just screams memes at people.
Yeah,
as they walk by.
it's the biggest menace in the 5 boroughs, I would say right now. You want to stay if you see the Rizbot coming, you want to turn
across
around.
the street.
You're about to get memed.
Yeah.
This is what I miss by not being on Instagram.
You're
like
not missing
prime
much.
target. This is horrible.
You'll see it on like, I don't know, the Substack feed in a month or something.
Okay, cool.
Goes from like TikTok to IG to YouTube to,
Are people at the conference that sell fabrics or make clothes, even people like Annette, are they worried that as the world and the military becomes more like automated, that like they're going to get a job because robots don't need boots?
That's a really good question.
Thank you.
It's a really good question. Well, the interesting thing and kind of the bigger meta story that slowly started to emerge as I looked into this was the role of special forces who become more and more prominent. And special forces are, like Delta Force, Navy SEALs, like these elite groups of dudes who...
And chicks,
but mostly guys.
Yeah.
And it is mostly guys. And it is this culture, and it's an aesthetic culture too, of like the beards, the tats, because they have more leeway, they have more freedom. They don't have to wear what the infantry wears. They get their own budget. They can kind of buy and wear whatever they want.
they got wardrobe budget.
Yeah.
Yeah. They can just plop down a credit card
That's
and
so
basically
awesome.
buy whatever they want.
What are they buying?
So this is the thing. Now it's a little bit less. I don't want to say that what the infantry wears is completely relegated off to the sidelines, but now what is becoming increasingly important is like this world that's catering to the special forces, the people who are boots on the ground, who are like doing this like kick down the door, G.I. Joe shit.
The guys that like
Killing Bin Laden.
They killed the North Korean fishermen.
They are like going to Cry Tactical, the guys in the Navy Yard, plunking down a credit card and just buying these special forces gear. And so there are these whole private industries that are catering to them.
The tip of the spear, just those guys.
Just those guys. And they're not government. They're just making clothes. They're just making high performance clothes. And a lot of these places are also outdoor companies. The most prominent being probably Outdoor Research. Do you know them?
Yeah.
So Outdoor Research, they also make clothes for extreme hiking and camping for civilians. And it was so cool. I went to their headquarters in Seattle, and I really appreciate that they didn't hide that they do the tactical stuff too. A lot of companies pretend they don't. They think it's like at odds with their granola image.
Oh, sure.
Which I think is bullshit. It's like, one, don't lie. Two, I understand, like, I hate the military industrial complex, and I do think everyone deserves to be warm. Like, it exists, you know, like, also you do make this stuff. So I really appreciated that Outdoor Research is like, yeah, we do tactical. Like, we make
the transparency.
Stuff. We make stuff for soldiers. And then they were like, do you want to see it? And they're in their office. They like brought me up a level, and there was a fucking factory. They were like, because everything for the military has to be made in the United States for the Berry Amendment. It's like a matter of national security.
ASAP Berry Amendment.
Yeah, because if you make the what?
No, you just
stupid joke.
It was a dumb joke over your head. ASAP, you know ASAP Bari? Do you know what we're talking about?
ASAP who?
Yeah, he made like
founding member.
V-Loan took a lot of military cues. Anyway, sorry. So you went into the factory.
Sorry.
So everything has to be made in the US, like everything from like the thread to the buttons to the zippers to everything. Is that what's keeping Made in USA
basically
textile industry live?
Basically. And so like Outdoor Research is like they were just like making gloves there in the factory. But like they're making gloves for like the infantry. They're making like, you know, thousands and thousands of gloves for like normal soldiers. But they also have this whole business making elite, super high end, you know, top line jackets that are like thousands of dollars in multicam.
For the
like,
Black Ops boys.
Yeah, for the Black Ops boys, that they can be like, we're deploying in 30 days. We need this now.
Wow.
And they can just like get it because they can just get whatever mission critical shit they need. So it's creating, and then there are like increased use of private armies. And a lot of this is, you know, kind of stemming from this idea that like, we don't like forever. America doesn't like forever wars. We don't like to keep fighting. And yet we don't like to lose.
No.
So we love
We're not quitters.
We're not quitters. And so we don't like bad guys winning, but we don't like to say we're at war. How can we have our cake and eat it too? Drone strikes and special ops guys. Like, it's a way to like fight in Yemen without anybody really knowing or caring about it.
Secret soldiers of Benghazi type shit.
Yeah. And it manifests in the clothes, which is this
How are the
crazy
clothes
part.
different? Besides being more high end, are they
They're
aesthetically?
Yeah, they're more high end. I mean, they're fucking cool. Undeniably. The look is really cool. And the other thing is like anybody can get it. Like you can go on Cry's website. You can go like the military edition Salomons are like so cool. And they're like black, you know, and they're lightweight and they're really expensive and they're cool. Like that's why in 2020, Virgil Abloh was wearing Arc'teryx Leaf at Fashion Week. Yeah. Like it's awesome, you know, and it like played into this Gorp core thing because it was this special ops look that came out of the war on terror. So it's all like, oh no.
It's all connected.
Oh no.
I mean, you mentioned how a lot of these brands, they kind of like hide or shelter the fact that they are in cahoots with the military industrial complex, which pays the bills. Do you think that the unemployed hippies in the Pacific Northwest know about the connections between the military industrial complex and like Gorpy outdoorsy gear?
Well, okay. I do also want to make something clear, which is the military is a really shitty client. And it really sucks.
What are they like? Net 60?
Because
60 years once the war's over.
They're like, because they are really cheap because they're really interested in, you know, saving the American taxpayer money. So you could lose a bid if another company can make something for like a penny less than you. So if you are Outdoor Research and you're like, I can make this glove, and someone's like, I can do it for a penny less, You could lose that bid and you're like, what? I hired all these people. I bought all this machinery.
It's also true of weaponry though. Like the US military, like innovation is really fucking tanked.
Yeah, exactly. It's like,
there's a plot of War Dogs.
what?
The movie War Dogs. This is like,
it.
it's just, but about the contracts where it's like, whatever. We don't need.
There's also it's also based in reality.
But it's also really hard because it's really hard to get American sewing talent. Like Americans don't really know how to sew anymore. And so if you want to keep, the folks at Outdoor Research were like, it is so hard to maintain our factory because you could get a big contract. They're like, we need 5,000 gloves now. And they're like, we don't have the talent. We got to ramp up like immediately. They were like, it's feast or famine and it's immediate.
Can we know if we're going to war or not based on like if Outdoor Research gets a huge influx of orders? Like, all right, we need tropical weather resistant pants because we're about to go defend Taiwan.
It's so interesting. I was trying to figure that out because I went to Natick, like the research center, and they have this planning structure that looks like the Clueless, like the closet from Clueless. It's like a little, it looks like, in the first scene of Clueless when Cher has that little doll of herself that she's dressing up. It's an image on a screen of a soldier and you can like dress up the soldier for different environments.
A video game.
Yeah. And it's really fun. And they're like, this is a little software that we made up for engineers to like dress up. And they were like, we're looking at Arctic environments. And I was like, why?
So it's like, for our fall winter 27 collection, we're invading Venezuela.
It's like
Greenland.
It was so hard to figure out, like, is this hypothetical? Like, what's going on?
Are the contracts public for clothes like they used to be for weapons and things?
It's so hard to tell. It's so hard to tell what is about general preparedness,
right,
and what is like, oh no, we're doing this.
Yeah,
it is really, really hard to know. And apparently, the turnaround time on the contracts is really, really tight. So the military.
All right, guys, we need jackets. It's brick in Chicago, and we're about to invade it.
Oh God!
We're sending the National Guard to O Block. Yeah.
So the military is like a shit client. So that's one thing. I thought it was like, oh, they're getting in on the military industrial complex because that's like the way to make money. And
what percentage of like the $1 trillion military budget goes to clothing?
Oh, that's a great question.
0.00001%.
Yeah, right.
That's the thing. It's like, it's probably not
trillion.
that much because a lot of it is like now private operators probably getting, their stuff from these companies.
Not a lot.
So
$5,000 jacket sounds like a lot, but
that's the interesting thing. I expected it to like make me madder. So yeah, it actually doesn't make me as mad as I thought it would.
Has it changed your opinion of the military at all? Like from when you first started? If you expected to get more angry, more anti, more pacifist.
Yeah. I definitely am like as angry. This sounds so. I hate the kind of like annoying centrist place where I've landed, but it makes me hate the system as much as ever. It's like, this is so. Going to the military trade show and watching everybody get fucking amped on these tanks. Like, this shit's so cool.
War
like,
boners.
Horrible, terrifying. But then like meeting so many soldiers, like these people are so incredible and they all have this thing that I don't have, which is this idea of service. Like, I don't want to serve this country.
I'm trying to serve this look.
Yeah. I'll serve crack before I serve this country.
It's just something I don't have. Like, I don't get it. It's not in me. I don't have that thing. And so that's the thing. It did make me understand. That's why I'm like, I really do believe in like keeping people warm. They're amazing people. They learn 3 languages. They jump out of planes. They're incredible people. And so that's why I'm like, I think it's okay to like make jackets for soldiers. I really think that's fine. And I really don't want them to get hurt. And I really want them to be safe. And I think that, and it's really tricky because, when I think about everybody brings up like World War II and Ukraine. It's like, when I think about Ukraine, it's like, obviously I want Ukrainians to have like top of the line, amazing gear.
Yeah. You hate the game, not the players.
Exactly. And so that's where I've landed. And the nice thing about thinking about clothes is that it is so personal. It's like I am rooting for the clothes. I want the clothes. I want the clothes to work. I want the clothes to be great. I want the clothes to be as like high end and amazing and functional.
We're winning the war on drip. No, drip is winning the war.
I want them to be as amazing as they can possibly be. I want them to be cool. And
be as swaggy as you can be. That's the military motto, right?
But that's actually, there was this, in the 40s, they had this, what is it? They called it the chicks dig it factor. There was like
Hell yeah.
in the 40s, a bunch of soldiers wore their new uniforms to a bowling alley and they had girls like rate which ones they liked more. It's like a big part of like the military.
Propaganda.
Like, it's like the soldiers want to feel cool. It's also part of it. So that's the thing. This is another reason why it makes me mad when crunchy places are like pretending that they don't support the military. Because one, it's a lie. Two, if you were making guns, fuck you.
Right.
But you're making a jacket. Like, why are you pretending that's a bad thing?
Whack drip, sink ships.
There it is. Well, I feel like when Arc'teryx Leaf became like a mood board thing when, obviously guys were showering.
Yeah, the fetish is pretty gross.
I saw, well, not even that, but I saw like people trying to bring like cancel culture to like Arc'teryx because of Leaf, where it's like, this is like a giant revenue stream for a company. Like, sorry that you didn't know this, but like, what are we getting mad at here?
And that's the other thing is like, when I was at the trade show, it's like everyone was there. Your phone carrier was there.
Yeah.
The airline you fly on is there. Like your car, the car company that you use is there. Your nation is there. Everybody is there. Governments are there.
They want that money.
Everybody's there.
Yeah.
It's America. Everybody's in a piece of this. And so the clothing industry is sort of like unfairly vilified because it's the industry that maybe we have the most choice in. Like you could choose another jacket brand.
Yeah. And the most like outward, like, I perception, right? I see that you're wearing Leaf, whatever.
Right. And it's like frivolous, it's like, you could
just wear something
something else. And then it's sort of like, oh, well, your phone carrier is like a necessary evil or, it's like, everybody's in on it. Sorry, everybody is in on it.
The blood is on everyone's hands.
It's kind of true.
Was that convention the wildest place you found yourself in making the season? Because you went to a lot of interesting places.
Yeah, that one was definitely the suckiest. That one definitely sucked. I really hated that. Oh, no, it was funny because I thought like when I went to,
and did they hate you or they like, look at this fucking liberal?
Yeah.
People were
They're
like
fucking loafers.
Stay away from, don't talk to her.
Yeah. I was like,
They're
I'm the only one
Pakistani
wearing
camo.
Comme des Garçons at the military conference.
No one at the military conference knows I'm wearing CDG.
Yeah. Were you like on a list maybe? Low key?
I took a picture of my press badge in front of like brought to you by Palantir. And it's like,
y'all wearing Supreme to the Raytheon booth.
It was, I have this great piece of tape where someone was like, are you kidding me? Is this a joke? I was like, no, I'm really a fashion journalist. Will you talk to me about these pants?
All right. So besides that though, because again, like, I don't want to give away the episodes that have been locked and loaded, but like what really blew your mind of like, holy shit, like this is a really interesting, fascinating place.
Well,
more on a positive sense.
I'm racking my brain. I talked to so many people for this.
No silver linings.
Zipper Factory.
Yeah.
Well, the Zipper Factory was awesome. And the Zipper Factory is like, that was one of the places where I wasn't allowed to bring a camera. They were like, this shit is top secret. I was like, really? It's a zipper.
This shit zips.
Yeah. And they were like, no, like our competitors are like trying to steal this shit. And there were a lot of like weird places that I just ended up going to where I was like, why am I on a train to Olympia, Washington? I really don't understand what I'm doing here. And now putting it all together, it's all
it'll make sense in the edit. Don't worry.
It makes sense in the end. It makes sense in the end.
Yeah.
My sister in Christ, you made the podcast. Like, you put yourself on that train.
Why? I don't know why.
You put yourself on that train to Olympia.
Mm-hmm.
I did. And it was worth it in the end.
Right.
But the costume warehouse was super cool.
Yeah, that sounds cool.
Meeting all the soldiers was awesome. I mean, the funny thing was like going to the actual facility where they design the clothes in Natick, Massachusetts is not very flashy. Like it hasn't been updated since the 70s.
Sounds like our fucking military, am I right?
And I was like, everything's like butter yellow.
Ew.
And it looks like it's out of Dr. Strangelove.
Sure.
And they were like, I was like, it looks like it's out of Dr. Strangelove. And they were like, cool, right? I was like,
No. The opposite, actually.
not quite. But yeah, and I went to like the Quartermaster archive and looked at these jackets from like the Civil War. A lot of like touch and cloth, a lot of looking at old jackets.
That
Now
sounds
I'm like, what did I do? Where did I go?
Where did-
It's all a blur. It's all a blur.
Find out.
I think
Ah,
you
on
find
October
out.
22nd.
You might have got MK Ultra, and I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You got Men in Black.
I remember nothing.
Was there like a single moment besides grappling with your sense of what's right, what's wrong, your stance on, everything? What was like the hardest part about making this season?
Yeah, that was hard. That was really hard to be like, well,
Am I culpable?
Yeah. Part
yeah.
of the
And I was like,
problem.
should I even be focusing on this? This
Huh.
is so,
But it's interesting, and people
Super interesting.
deserve to know, right?
yeah.
You're not
Well, no.
endorsing it, or is that the fear?
Or are you?
That is the fear. And, in the end, I worry about, there's always all this rhetoric and all the clothing companies, especially outdoor research, because I like that they complained pretty openly. I like that they were like, yes, we do tactical. They didn't hide it. And I like that they were open about the government is an awful client.
Yeah.
And I really appreciated their complete transparency about everything. And then I was like, but why do you do this then? And they're basically like, because we got to protect the boys. And, Cry was a crazy place. That was a really amazing place to go right here in the Navy Yard. Like, I don't think they've done press in like 10 years. It was really amazing to talk to them. And they were also like, we do this, for the boys. Like, we got to protect the boys. And then talking to a lot of veterans who were not only boys, but I was like,
Right.
oh my God, we got to protect the gender neutral boys.
Right.
non-gender
The guys.
boys.
The guys.
And
The
gals
gender
and,
neutral
and
guys.
days. And days.
The gender
Thems.
neutral.
Yeah.
We got to protect the theys.
Mhm.
And so I did kind of walk away being like, we got to protect them. And I sort of walked away with this feeling of like, but is this necessary? Like, do we need war? And there's all this rhetoric around war being something. You always hear all this rhetoric of war being necessary to protect peace. And nowadays, as war being something necessary to like give people purpose or like
Oof.
give people something to do.
That's crazy.
I'm bored.
Yeah, exactly. Or like,
Start a war.
but you hear that like the boys lack purpose, like the boys, the manhood is in crisis, like
so
the
let's
boys
go
need
kill
something to do.
Yeah.
people.
But this is the thing that
fucking
people
Christ.
say, like
Really?
Pete Hegseth.
All right.
Yeah. it's like
Politicians?
it's this logic.
Pete Hegseth, what he drunk
Yeah.
text that to you?
And
Like,
this like ladder, it was Theodore Roosevelt said this, at the turn of the last century. It's this like
Bully.
logic that keeps coming back over and over again. And so I did really want to talk about this. And so I did do a bunch of interviews, and I think I'm going to end the series this way of like, well, do we need war? Which sounds, I'm like, I don't really know if I can tackle that question. It seems a little big, but I do think it has to start getting, approximated because I don't want to come out endorsing it. And I think this is the only way to attack it, because if it must be, then yes, I want to protect.
Have to be as
people.
safe as possible.
I want to be as safe as possible, but I don't want to have to need
Yeah.
it. And, it was really interesting having these fundamental discussions because there were people who were like, absolutely not. We don't need it. And then there were, the defense editor at The Economist is like, we do need it. And we can't fight it with drones because at the end of the day, sentimentality is the only thing that wins. Like the only way that you can conquer.
Damn.
Yeah. It's
That's
like blood
manipulative.
has to be shed.
Oh,
It's like,
God.
oh, fuck. So it really was like, there were a lot of things that left me sort of existentially devastated about this like fashion podcast.
welcome to our lives.
Yeah. Damn. So you had to get,
No,
you had to
actually,
get political.
Wait, you're the only one that understands us.
Yeah.
It's really
And you had no
dark.
idea that you were going to come to this kind of moral crossroads at some point because it was going to. You didn't realize that?
I kind of knew I had to because, because I wanted to hear out both. I don't want to say both sides because I don't think there's a. I don't want to say there's a both sides to war, but I don't want to disrespect.
Sure.
But you also cannot ignore the endemic nature of war and military in culture and fashion and politics and everyday life, right?
That's such a good way to put it.
Like,
Right. And I don't want to be disrespectful to it has shaped everything.
As a journalist, you're investigating like how entwined and enmeshed this is in our literal day to day.
That's such a good way to put it. Thank you.
The internet built by the military.
Exactly. Exactly.
Fucking made in USA clothing. Thank you, military. Or not thank you, military. Thanks to the military.
Exactly. And so
fucking roads.
If everything is shaped by warfare, it's like, I don't want to, I have to find another word other than like, it's not gratitude, but it's sort of like awe. I kind of want to come to it with something that approximates awe.
I think if you don't
You could say.
Yeah, right.
If you don't come to it with some sort of reverence, you're not going to understand how like grand it actually is.
Yeah.
You can't discount it. You can't.
And understanding how little, like knowing how little I know as a fucking civilian.
You can't know too much, otherwise, you'll get suicided.
And now and that's why you do the show so that people now also have the knowledge so they can make their own conclusion.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That's the point of the journalism.
What do you think of, you're talking about, kind of touched on like men 2025, we're really struggling. We have no purpose. What do you think of, what's your gut reactions like in menswear, the military stolen valor that occurs? Not like guys are wearing uniforms to get a fucking discount at Chili's or whatever. Or like
fuck that.
Cut the line at the airport gate. Yeah, fuck them. More just like guys that are kind of like putting this shit on as like armor for like as like a masculinity, exoskeleton.
I, as a civilian who has no skin in the game, think it's great.
Oh,
I
really?
have I mean, look at me.
Yeah, but you're doing it in like a fashion way.
I'm appropriating both Pakistani and military culture now.
Damn, double
I'm
canceled.
the problem. But I also, here's my logic.
Yeah.
I have talked to a lot of soldiers, reservists, veterans at this point, and I was at here's another funny place. It's all coming back to me now. Here's another funny place I went. I went to, it was also really interesting seeing how much of this stuff is like all around us, even in Brooklyn. I went to Fort Garrison on the edge of Brooklyn. And in Fort Garrison, there is a exchange, which is like on the military base. It's a store and it's where you can like buy stuff. And you can buy everything on a military exchange. They have liquor, they have bikes, they have clothes and like really nice clothes. And it's all for a discount. And civilians can't shop there. I went with my friends who...
It's the employee store.
It's the employees, exactly. And I went with my friend who's a Marine reservist. And they had military fatigues. And, with like the camo, with the OCP camo, which is the most current camo that they have now. And I picked it up and I was like, oh my God, it's like real military camo pants. And I was like, Alex, can you buy these pants for me? I really want these camo pants. And he was like, ooh, I don't know if I can do that for you.
Like legally?
He was like, I don't know if that's allowed. And then this other like older lieutenant was shopping and he was like, you can totally do that, man. That's totally okay. And he was like, she could buy that online. They're not going to check like her credentials. Just buy it for her. It's fine. And so he like did, and I Venmo'd him, and I wear them on the street in Brooklyn, and people love them. People are like, "Those pants are so dope."
Are those Ralph Lauren? Where'd you get those?
Yeah, exactly. They're
please take my first class seat.
Yeah. Well, okay. So here's the thing, and I ask people. I wear them sometimes to interviews to kind of bait people, and I say like, "Is this okay?" Or like, "What do you think of this?" Or sometimes I don't wear them and I say, what do you think?
It's an icebreaker.
Of the fact that I own these pants, to try to not be offensive. And a number of soldiers and veterans will say, I wouldn't do that, me personally, because it's kind of embarrassing to show off like I'm a soldier.
Right.
But you go for it.
Huh.
They're like, I'm not going to be the person who's like, I'm boarding the plane first. That's considered a little like gauche.
Oh, really?
Huh. It's more acceptable to steal the valor.
In a weird way. They're like, I'm not going to do it, but you go for it.
Huh.
Whoa.
And so
That's
there's
interesting.
even a term for it in the military. And I'm probably using this incorrectly. So if you're a soldier or a veteran, please forgive me and correct me. I love being wrong. There's a term for it in the military, which is boot, which is if you're like really gung-ho about the military stuff. If you're like wearing your dog tags and you've got the crew cut and you're like wearing your camo and you're boarding the plane first, you're boot. You're being super boot.
It's like a hardo. Is like they're just like, they're trying so hard.
Yeah.
Look at this boot ass motherfucker.
Exactly. They're like, don't be boot. And so if you're wearing your camo, you're super boot.
Huh.
And so it's like, if they're not going to wear it, who is?
The civvies.
So fucking go for it.
Huh.
So that's my logic is like, why not?
Interesting.
And don't pretend, switch it up.
Right.
And so they're like, style it, go for it, have fun.
In terms of just general tastefulness in 2025, like dudes wearing camo, you think it's fire.
Yeah. And I also think it kind of harkens back. I really like the way that military surplus was worn in the 70s when it was a protest movement that was also an alignment with soldiers, where veterans who were protesting the war also were wearing their surplus and like going to peace marches, and people were wearing, M65 jackets with like peace signs on them.
In solidarity.
And it was a way to be like, I'm against this war, but I'm like either a soldier or I like stand with soldiers. And it was this way that civilians and soldiers were like kind of aligned. And I do think there's a potential for, civilians and soldiers have never been more at odds. We're literally being sicked against each other by the president.
Mm-hmm.
And the funny thing is we are all sort of dressing the same anyway. In many cases, we're wearing the same brands. We're like wearing the same Arc'teryx jacket in different colors. And I'm like, why not just wear the same pattern and style it in different ways? Like we have the capacity to kind of do a revival of that 70s movement.
A uniform for resistance.
Exactly. Where you had people, I talked to this, my friend Ray, who's also a podcaster, and he served in shortly after Vietnam. And he was like, yeah, I could wear my fatigues and go to a peace protest, but I was a soldier. And it was really cool that I could hang out with people who were in like a totally different world than me. And we all sort of dressed the same. And I think we kind of have that potential, which I know sounds, again, I am embarrassed by the sort of like centrist kumbaya place I've come to in this, but I really think there's like potential.
Common ground, right? It's just,
But
Lawrence is going to go take these fatigues to a protest right after this podcast. I
Yeah,
believe.
that's why I'm doing it.
That's so cool.
I know it's big
really
of me. It's
love
big of me. I
that.
know. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's cool. I don't,
great.
I don't need to
protester.
be. Yeah.
Big activist.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
In fashion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why do you think guys feel the need or the urge to get so geared up, whether it is, in military, direct things that are like directly militarily influenced, or like the outdoorsy gear where it's like, bro, you're just going on like a 3-mile loop. You don't necessarily need all that when like sneakers, jeans, and a flannel shirt would suffice. What do you think drives guys to like just get overly geared up in this day and age? That's such a phenomenon.
I know. That's kind of why I did this show, because I don't really know. Do you know?
I
think it's just 'cause it looks cool.
I think it's to
Yes.
I think it's to perform masculinity. I think it's like, it looks cool, but it's also like it feels cool, but it's also like, you're just going for a walk.
Yeah.
But did you get to dig into like the male psyche at all of like why you think?
I mean, there's a part of it where like it does work. It works really well. And I think another part of it is like, if you go back to like the 1800s, a lot of the aesthetic of American outdoor wear was indigenous. Everything was like, oh, you have to look like Daniel Boone or like a Native American. Everything was very like fringy.
They didn't call
it was
Native
like,
Americans in the 1800s.
What?
I'm sure they weren't saying Native American.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Code
very,
word.
Like,
Yeah.
it was very like,
Please don't.
this is what works in the outdoors. And I think part of the byproduct of the outdoor industry's intermingling with the military is this idea that what makes gear separate from fashion is that it's like tested. It turned clothing into machinery. And it's like, it works. I don't care about fashion. It's machinery. And now I think in the modern era, we've just taken it to this like X degree where it looks like a piece of gadgetry. And I think it just helps you take it seriously. It's like, that's the look. We've gone from, that's what we consider outdoor looking things to be, this piece of gadgetry. And that's how you get taken seriously.
You said you had a line where it's like, we ever since the 1800s, like, with these guidebooks and like buckskin suits, like we require so much shit to do the simplest thing, which is just being outside.
Yeah. Well, part of that is just like, because white people settled the United States and didn't really know how to live here and have gone shopping from the beginning. Like there was no knowledge of how to like live here.
I'm unprepared for this.
They had to buy shit from the beginning. They bought shit from indigenous people.
Yeah.
Like,
or just took it.
Yeah.
Or took it.
Or bought it for like 15 cents.
Have these beads.
15 bucks.
Yeah.
Here's some wampum.
Exactly. But like shopping is embedded in, and they like pretend they
wait, really? It. So we don't have to feel bad about ourselves for being addicted to shopping because it's just in our
Americans
250-year-old bones.
I love this.
It's just our thing. Like outdoor gear, we bought it from the jump.
Motherfuckers been boot when they showed up to go for a walk in the buckskin suit.
100%.
Wait, so
Teddy Roosevelt in his fringy suit, he bought that.
Manifest Destiny is just shopping on a discount, the ultimate discount.
We could put them all there.
Jesus.
It's pretty sad.
So that's just in the DNA. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's just in our DNA. And more so the male DNA. Because we are talking about, all people hike. All types of people hike.
Women be shopping.
Well, it is more in male DNA because male ready-to-wear clothes were invented before female ready-to-wear clothes. So it was this idea that like, we're too busy. We can't be bothered to sew. Like you have to sew.
Right.
So women had to keep up with trends themselves. So that's why it's like, you have to read these magazines and you have to like keep up with it for themselves. We men will like go to Brooks Brothers where someone will keep up with trends for us. So like we shop and like you women, you have to figure this shit out on your own.
Right.
And so ready to wear clothes for women came later. So like men be shopping really. Women were buying fabric. Women had to buy a lot more. They had to buy like trims and like buttons and things.
Yeah.
So women were constantly shopping for a lot more. But men were buying this like made this ready to wear off the rack stuff.
I think they're going back to like having to gear up and like look like you're gonna fucking, cross the Sierra Mountains to go get a matcha. Like there's this psychology of like dominating nature versus like coexisting with it or like, co-harmonizing with it.
Yeah.
Is that uniquely American, do you think?
Yes. Oh, you guys are so good. I love being on this show. You have such good questions. A lot of it comes back to Teddy Roosevelt.
Really? Bully.
Yeah, because he
goat.
The biggest bully.
Bull moose goat.
Oh my God.
3 animals.
He like because he ended up being, after he was like the Rough Rider, liberator of the Cuban people and then abrupt ender of the Philippine War, was like the conservationist president. He helped lay the groundwork for the national park system.
Yeah, because they want to fucking yeet some big game.
Basically, essentially.
Yeah.
And
I want to be on safari domestically.
He set up the groundwork, which is like the president can create national monuments. And so he made like 18 national monuments. He created like 5 national parks and 18 national monuments, which created the groundwork for presidents to like create national parks. And one of the 18 monuments he made is the Grand Canyon. And in his plea to Congress for the Grand Canyon, he was like, this is a perfect thing. It is Arizona has this amazing thing. We have to leave it as it is. Man can only mar nature, which is like leads to this idea that like people don't belong in nature, which is absurd. Like people used to live there before all those Indian wars that Teddy Roosevelt fucking loved so much.
Sure.
So he helped create this mindset that like nature is where no people live. cities are where the people live.
Oh. Interesting.
You go to nature like it's a little museum and you like hunt and you hike and then you like go back to the city.
What a hot take.
And you take it in doses and it's like good for you and it's pristine. And then you like almost consume it like a pill, you know, it's like good for you. Rather than just seeing it as like the world where you live.
Right.
And that is part of, you know, and don't get me wrong, I love the national park system. I'm very glad that Teddy Roosevelt like prevented the Grand Canyon from becoming a mall. That's great. Teddy Roosevelt did a lot of great things. He did a lot of shitty things. But it's just a really interesting part of the American psyche that we're like, this is a museum of the outdoors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I read a book recently about after his presidency, he was kind of just like bored, right? Not really relevant anymore. To chase some clout, he went and explored and mapped out a section of the Amazon River that
So crazy.
was like a wild journey, but like they showed up with like 90 trunks of gear. And the native guides were like, yo, what the fuck? Like, you want us to porter all this shit? Like, you don't need all this shit. So it kind of was an early performative male ass move of being like, yo, I need the fucking the Arky. I need the fucking, you know, the Danner boots to go to the coffee shop and get myself a cortado.
100%. And you see this with like everybody, all the early hikers of Mount Everest, you know?
Yeah.
It's like the Nepali guy behind him.
Yeah, exactly.
Who like doesn't need all
He's
the
smoking a
shit.
cig.
Chilling with a llama.
Yeah, exactly.
Is there, okay, let's talk about this because there's the new phenomenon or the newly labeled phenomenon of the performative male. Is there a through line, do you think, between guys who dress up like they're going to summit Mount Everest to just go get some matcha and the archetype of the performative male? The guy that, you know, was taking a shower in his Arc'teryx jacket. And now the guy that's like, oh, look at the book I'm reading. Look at the tote bag from the tasteful bookstore I frequent all the time.
I mean, yeah, I guess so.
Only one of those activities impresses a woman, I think. I don't think the shower and the jacket. Yeah. That was like impressing dudes, trying to impress dudes online. But
I feel like it depends on the city you're living in. I feel like
totally.
it's like for Portland versus...
Or what borough, even in New York.
Borough.
Let's be real.
That's true.
Hyper local.
I don't know. I feel like now we're getting into like Veblen and shit, right? It's like, what you're signifying with your clothes and your goods and stuff like that.
Do you see, as a Brooklyn Nepo baby podcaster, like
public media Nepo baby?
Yeah.
who is the performative male in your eyes these days? What are they doing? What are they wearing? What are you seeing?
Ooh.
Call them out.
Because to me, it's like, you can't call a guy for reading a book a performative male.
No, I'm like, yay.
Exactly. Reading good.
I know, incredible. Yes.
He learned.
Oh, yay. Even if you're not really reading, I'm like, you're holding it up. That's great. That's good. Everybody, look. It's a good role model.
But take the bell hooks and turn it upside down. You're reading it upside down, sweetie.
The performative male. I don't know. I'm so bad. I'm like, I haven't.
That was
been out
big
much
discourse
lately.
over the summer.
I know. I'm so bad at this now. I really haven't been out in a long time.
You've been working. You've been in the trenches.
I've really been in Pro Tools
in the foxhole
for weeks.
All right, let me ask you this.
Wait, I want to know what you think it is.
I think we kind of named like at least like the tropes and like the stereotypes.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just guys trying to get noticed by girls.
Yeah.
That's all.
My one justification is that we'll never know what's in the heart of the person we're calling performative. So what are the motivations? We'll never know unless we ask that person, which is crazy. If you're like, yo, why are you reading that? Like accosting them. Like,
why are you drinking that matcha?
Exactly. So it's hard.
Shit the fuck
It's hard to say, though. I think that there are absolutely good and bad actors when it comes to these behaviors that have been labeled performative for better.
The
or worse.
performative males have become self-aware.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the scary thing.
Oh, I did.
They've learned how to open doors.
They've learned how to read books.
Oh,
They've learned how to open books.
That one post of the guy with the typewriter in the cafe.
Oh my god! Well, so that's evil. That's evil. We should stone him or make him enlist in the military. See how long he lasts. Honestly.
Although I was like, oh come on! I saw that in San Francisco many times.
Exactly. Right.
That is old news.
Yeah.
How long do you think you would last in war,
Avery? You know, it's funny. I had this conversation with my veteran friend Ray. because he was talking about when he joined and he was like, I was amped up. I was like ready to go. Like I wanted to fight. And I was
That's how they get you.
I was like, oh, really? I was like, I feel so.
Yeah, bro. I was gonna get a Hellcat. I was gonna get a Dodge Charger. Like,
well, I was like,
I'm
a proud coward, Ray. Like I would never. And he was like, that's what makes you kill people. I was like,
What? Oh, being a coward.
yeah, he was like, because that's what makes you fight back. You have to be really brave to be like, I would rather die.
Oh,
I know. I was like, fuck. He was like, you'll see. You're in a foxhole, and you don't want to. And someone comes at you. You'll want to live. You'll see. And I had to like.
This guy Ray sounds like he's seen some shit.
Ray sounds awesome.
Ray is awesome. Ray's seen some shit. Ray's seen some real.
You said
shit.
he enlisted after Vietnam?
Yeah, he's the one doing the drill sergeant drills at the beginning. He's like singing.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
I thought he's the one clocking it.
Yeah. Yeah, he's singing the little army song.
Interesting.
Well, before you get into the foxhole,
I'm like, I thought I wouldn't survive at all, but he's like, the scared ones are the real.
Oh, that's what you got to watch out for.
Do anything. Yeah. Squirrely.
So he's like, you don't know how you're gonna be until you're
True.
there.
Until you're tested. Until you're in the shit.
Until you're in the shit, and it's like, I don't know. Thinking about how it takes real bravery to be like, I'm just gonna stand stock still and do fucking nothing. Like, what?
I'm gonna draw fire away from my colleagues by just standing still.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
If you got drafted though, what would you want your military fit to be?
What would I want my fit to be?
Yeah.
You've seen all the shit now.
Do you want like
Black
the
Ops?
cry jacket, like the Pakistani camo, but
Yeah, join the
on your-
Pakistani.
on your Solomon boots?
I mean, you can't deny that the Marines have the swaggiest outfit. I did talk to, I interviewed someone who was in the military orchestra, and that is like a really cool
The nerds
job.
of the military.
Definitely. And it's a great job, that like, she was like, yeah, my husband is like a flautist, and like, how many careers can you have of like being in a traveling orchestra?
Taking the show on the
Pretty
road.
great. Yeah. And she was like, you can shoot a gun and play an instrument. But it was
All the same day.
it was really intense though. She talked about her training. She's like, we're just musicians, and we had to like do the same military training as everybody.
You never
else.
know when you're going to be called in.
Yeah. Yeah.
You ever killed a man with a trumpet?
It was really intense.
Damn.
Yeah.
So what would your fit be?
What would my fit be?
Build your.
Because it's
You can't
undeniable,
choose.
but it's undeniable that our warriors and our boys look fucking cool. So like, what would you want? You've seen the special.
Oh,
Like
if
you've
I were
seen all the
special ops,
brands.
if I were special
You're
ops.
special ops, yeah.
Okay,
And you have
special
the
ops.
company card. Uncle Sam has given you carte blanche, green light. What do you
Play the Clues video game.
Yeah.
Right now.
But this is the thing. This is the thing that gives me the ick, is like playing into the like special forces fetish.
I think in like Inception, when they're like up in the Arctic, they look pretty sick. And like Goldeneye, when they're like up, in like northern Russia, in like the all white camo type shit.
Okay. I will say, when I went to Eastern Costume, like the warehouse where they clothe all the war movies, they had all the Arcteryx leaf stuff, and they were like, we rent this shit out all the time for villains.
Oh.
Like villains.
I thought you'd say for like content creators to take fit pics.
No, they were like villains in movies.
Oh,
are
no,
always-
villains. She said villains. Those are,
there you go.
Yeah, exactly.
villains.
Evil people.
But they do look like Dr. Evil. They've got these like, they're like silver like Nehru collars. They do look fucking evil, and they're awesome. So I kind of would want to look
Evil.
Like
evil.
bad guys in even like a Marvel movie now, they're like weird, like Eastern Bloc generic, like paramilitary guys that has just become an archetype of like a villain in this day and age, and they're all leafed out.
You could dress like Bane.
Yeah,
They all-
Bane is the same thing.
Well, it's funny because then he showed me what the Russian military actually wears, and it is so.
Go Shrubchinsky.
It is like so Eastern European. It's crazy. They are in like
What is like skin tight,
tracksuits.
skin tight Armani,
Turtlenecks. It's
Tactical turtleneck.
skin tight Emporio Armani.
it is like tracksuits. It's like they look like
yeah.
lads.
Really?
That's so fire.
It's crazy. Like all that's missing are like the Adidas stripes.
Oh my god,
That is
incredible.
That is a 2 on the nose.
So
Tactical
I would-
tracksuit.
Yeah, it's a tactical tracksuit. So yeah, I guess if I were to do the special ops fetish, I would steer away from the. Okay. Have you ever seen what special ops look like in the 90s?
No, tell us.
It's so funny. You should look it up. They look like dads on a fishing trip.
All right.
They're like skinny, wearing polo shirts. And
Really?
they've got these big goggles. And they just look like normal guys, but they're like carrying rifles.
And now what is like Chris Pratt in like Zero
Yeah,
Dark
it's
30?
It's so
Just like tan t-shirt, cargo pants, boots.
it's so funny.
Yeah, these guys, it looks a little like anachronistic just based on what we know now, but they kind of still look cool. But
Really?
more dad. I mean, assuming that Google is right for these
I can send you other pictures too, but they're
Yeah.
like it's so funny. Yeah, the culture the aesthetic has changed a lot. So part of me is like, I want to bring back
Vibe
like,
shift.
Yeah.
the old school and be like, oh, I'm taking it retro. I'm doing
Yeah.
like the 90s special
I'm
ops.
I'm going to Kevlar polo.
Yeah. Super specific question. What sunglasses do special ops guys wear now? Oakley? Who makes
I
the
guess
the
so.
eyewear?
Thistles?
I don't know. I'm sorry.
That was the one where I'm just like, yeah, what is the shades?
Honestly, if you go to a US Patriot, I think at uspatriot.com.
Okay.
You're about to get some
all-
crazy.
Watch
You're about to get some crazy IG ads.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some
All right, uspatriot.com.
is that it?
I don't know. It's not loading. Oh, here we go.
There it is. Yeah.
All right.
So
Oh,
these are the
okay.
kinds of places that are considered like quote unquote surplus stores anymore, even though they're not surplus stores. They're
Yeah,
just like
Oakley's
stores. Yeah. But this is where like a special ops guy would like get
Okay.
his stuff.
They're all gas station sunglasses, honestly, which is
Really?
not really shocking.
Those are the Tyler Robinsons right there.
Yeah, the Oakley standard issue. Yeah, this is what Tyler Robinson was wearing.
Camo dop kit when I'm have to shave out.
I mean, yeah, these are
you know?
exactly what you guys all think, or like American Optical
Yeah.
standard
Yeah,
shit. Like,
yeah.
yeah. Okay, cool.
It's
What-
not. It's not really. The coolest thing were the boots. The boots, honestly. I
Yeah.
almost bought some tactical boots. They're really cool. And they were in like multicam. They're really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. So kind of like the overarching through line of this season is like how the military and has led to outdoors gear and kind of how that has influenced just like, you know, the sartorial choices we make day to day. What are some ways that the military has influenced our day to day lives, clothing wise, that people might not even be aware of? Obviously camo, obviously
Obviously
tactical
camo.
shit, but like just a guy
Khakis.
getting dressed might be
layering.
really.
The military invented layering.
Holy shit, they invented drip.
And they invented it from the outdoor industry. Like they hired outdoor consultants to teach them what
How to
layering
layer.
was.
Like
And
like
so you-
outdoor bush.
Like if
Experts?
yeah. Well, they hired Eddie Bauer, like the guy. They hired
The?
LL Bean, like the man, Leon Wood Bean.
Yeah.
And they taught them, and you can see how new the layering principle was because in jackets from like the 40s and 50s, there are instructions for how to use layering on the inside. Because people were like, what is this? So if you think of like the field jacket, like the 1940s field jacket, the like classic military jacket,
Yeah.
that was like to them, that was like peak Gorpy. That was part of a system. It had an underlayer, it had a rain layer. This was like, what? This was so new. And now we're like, yeah, layering. You know,
Yeah.
obviously you like put things in layers. But if you think about World War I, everybody was wearing these like long wool coats. You either put them on and you're super hot, or you take them off and you're freezing. So the military, like because of the outdoor industry, they invented layering. Like this collaboration
Damn.
changed the way we all fucking
The
dress.
best collab
Whoa.
of all time when you really think about it. If
Yeah.
you put that
The
shit
ultimate
on.
crossover.
Yeah.
Eddie Bauer, ex fucking Teddy Roosevelt.
Jesus.
It like it changed. It fundamentally changed.
Oh, CPO
so
shirts.
much.
Oh, there you fucking. Oh, pea coats are for the Navy?
Whoa!
Damn. So like literally before that, guys didn't know how to wear a sweater and a shirt.
Everyone's too
Together.
hot or too cold.
Yeah,
Holy shit.
yeah.
That's crazy.
And then they were like, "Oh my god, the wool gets so wet when it's wet out. Like, it sucks."
What
you know?
if?
And like the trenches. That's why the trenches were so fucking miserable in
Yeah.
World War One.
But you're with your boys, fucking singing songs,
Yeah.
jerking off to letters from home together.
yeah.
You're drawing naked women on your plane to
This
jerk
is what
off
the boys
to.
need.
Yeah.
That's what we're missing
Yeah.
in society.
Yeah.
Oh, boot camp click. This is what I was forgetting.
The rap crew?
Before. Yeah, that's what I was forgetting earlier when I was like, "Ugh, I'm working on the episode about boot camp click." That's
Okay.
what I was-
Got it.
the Fashion. Yeah, how fashion was getting into R&B.
Got it.
I see.
Is
Got
is a country's military power directly related to its swag? And if so, is China next up in fashion?
Ooh. So that's a really good question because it is very indicative of where a country is at. Like when the American military began, we just kind of copied other militaries for a long time.
Posers.
Yeah, we were like, who's in
Swagger
charge?
jackers.
Like, who's in the lead? So
Not the British. Fuck you.
but in the beginning,
Beat your ass.
But in the beginning,
we beat them.
Scoreboard.
But in the beginning, we were like, Daddy. And so we just, we were like, oh, copy
Daddy.
you,
We'll just
Daddy.
make the red coats a different color and just go with
Yeah,
that.
we were
Because
like-
that's what we did.
The Lafayette copied the French.
Yeah. And then we did, like in the Civil War, we're wearing these like jaunty little French hats. And then we have this really weird phase, which is my favorite phase, which is when we copy the Prussians and we're wearing these like feathered hats and
When was that?
like when was like
Sounds sick.
1870s.
Hell yeah.
And we have these little like those like hats that Otto von Bismarck wore. We wore these really fancy
The
Prussian.
shits with the spike?
Yeah.
That was like a humiliation ritual for the defeated Confederacy.
Like
You guys lost. You got to wear this terrible. You got to wear this dumb shit.
after the Civil War, we wore some dumb shit. It was really funny. So we were looking around for the longest time being like, who's in the lead and copying them. And then basically during World War II, we sort of come into our own.
Yeah.
And then, well, during the Spanish-American War, really, we start to come into our own. We're sort of copying the British. We're sort of copying the British colonial garb in the Spanish-American War. And we kind of come into our own in World War II. And the interesting thing is that's the moment where we start using scientific testing. It's the first moment where we're not copying another country. We're kind of looking at our own soldiers. We're using scientific testing. Ideally, this is like the democratic ideal. We're looking at our own citizens. This is not just what some general wants. It's not imitating some other country. We're doing like what's best for our people.
What did scientific testing on gear look like in the 1890s?
Well, now this is like the 1940s.
Yeah,
and so we're like developing.
Sorry, I thought we were talking Spanish-American War. Okay.
Sorry. Spanish-American War, we're like copying the British. So that's when we switch. Our color was always blue until the Spanish-American War, and then we switched to khaki because we're copying the British. And then during World War II, this is when we start getting into scientific testing. That's when we start developing the field jacket. And this is when the military invents like laboratories. We have like a cold room, a hot room. We're hiring outdoorsmen. We're putting soldiers on treadmills. And they're starting to be like the field of physiology has already been invented, but no one was testing like clothes. No one was like, oh, how much heat can this jacket withstand? How much sweat can this, how much rain can this, poncho withstand? And so the military is testing gear and they're developing mannequins to test, how hot does this jacket retain heat? They're getting like really granular and then they're putting it on certain battalions of soldiers. They're collecting feedback. It's really granular. It's sort of amazing. Like
we're the first to do that.
We're the first to do this. No one's done this. Every other nation in the world is like fighting in their long wool overcoats. And so there are moments like this where I'm like, that's so cool. Like there are moments in this
because they cared about the boys.
where you get a little patriotic. Where you're
Yeah.
like, that's kind of awesome.
The Nazis might have looked cooler,
Hugo
but we
Boss.
had better performance gear.
100%. And then the interesting thing is about every new fashion, it looks weird. Like this is the first time you get like gorpy stuff. You get like scientific looking stuff. And there are some generals who are like, what is this?
Boys are looking a little sus.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't look like a suit. Everyone's used to a soldier looking
Yeah.
like a suit. And so it becomes, there are some generals who are like, I will not have my boys in this.
Damn.
And then they all get trench foot. And it's actually a
Ooh.
huge problem.
Yeah.
It's called the cold weather crisis. It's a huge problem that some generals will not put the boys in the scientifically proven stuff.
Huh.
And it's a catastrophe. But because of that, this is the triumph of gear.
Did we
It's
lose
like-
any big battles because the general's like, nah, I don't fuck with that. I don't fuck with that shit. I'm not trying to put that shit on.
We didn't necessarily lose any battles, but there was
Okay.
a lot of suffering.
But we won the war because of clothing
Because of
Gear.
gear.
We, on the whole,
and spirit.
it's because it's arguable that like it's because our army was like better provisioned, better fed, better clothed. Like we were just better taken care of.
Logistics, baby.
Yeah, because of our quartermaster, which
out
is
to
the
project
division
managers.
of shout out to the project managers. It's our division that like clothes and feeds the military. But that was the moment that we were like that like gear won. That it was more about
Year
looking,
one.
that it
Damn.
was more about looking gorpy than it was about like looking gentlemanly. And ever since, it's been like, that's the look.
Yeah.
It's all about looking gorpy.
And now everyone copied us.
And then everybody copied us.
Damn.
Like, ever since. And so who knows? It could be China. Like it's always about who's in charge.
Innovating.
It's always about like, what's the world power? And everybody looks to them. And so this is the thing. This is kind of what I've been interested in this idea of like, do we need war? You know, when I was talking to the defense editor of The Economist, he was like, look, maybe if we enter a more peaceful period, America is going to be living in a world that's more like what the rest of the world lives in, where like, you're not on top anymore, which is like, that's how the rest of the world lives.
Yeah.
You know, like you're just going to
seems like that reality's fast approaching.
yeah. It's like, and you're going to have to see what it's like when like, you're not in charge anymore.
Shit sucks.
And it's just going to be a rude awakening for you.
Yeah.
But this is what it's going to look like when you don't have the military might. And I was like, oh, fuck. And it's going to change.
He's making some points.
And it's going to change stuff. Well, it's going to change a lot of things, but also probably sartorially.
Yeah.
Buy less, buy better.
Shit.
Well, if the golden age of American science really did help us to feed and clothe and take care of our boys, which led to us winning World War II, which led to the current, I guess, global superpower positioning and hierarchy where we are currently, I think, still at the top.
1A, 1B.
In clothes.
For now.
1A, 1B with China, probably.
And then that directly fed into the outdoors industry and how, we are at this current moment that you investigate where it's like how enmeshed they truly are. What is the single most influential piece of outdoors gear on modern menswear?
Probably the field jacket.
Yeah.
I would say probably the field jacket because everything has a version of it. Prada's made a version of it. Old Navy's made a version of it. Everybody's made a version of the field jacket. And it's like it's the precursor to everything. It's probably the field jacket.
And the field jacket was invented to have what just like kind of like pockets, compartments. It's modular in a way.
Pockets, layers, modular. It's like long enough that you can like raise your arms and it won't ride up. It's just like it's the jacket that's sort of in between for all seasons.
Who invented the field jacket?
The name of the two designers actually escapes me right now, but it's
Sally
kind of
Fields.
like two. Yeah, it's like two designers. Mr. Fields.
Did they invent it for a brand?
No, it's like for the military. They were just designers in the military.
Is Annette at the creative director of the military? Is she still like inventing garments? Like, are we about to see some shit we ain't never seen before?
A new type
it's like
of jacket.
directives come to her, but there are still some things that like, it is still the military. Like if a high ranking general wants something, he still kind of gets it, like there was a change recently for, so you know how I said that there was like a general who's like, I don't like these M43. I don't like these field jackets. They're tacky.
Yeah, they should wear suits.
Mm-hmm.
He liked these sort of Eisenhower looking jackets.
Yeah.
And he was trying to put the boys in like Eisenhower jackets to fight Nazis in the winter.
What a fucking dork.
And the boys were like,
he loved American Ivy.
He loved America. He went to West Point.
Yeah, my boys need to look like they're at Yale.
And it's so crazy because he was best friends with Eisenhower, and Eisenhower's like, I'm going to take on this jacket. Like, I think my guy is right. And then
fucking prep.
And then now there's been this great return to the Eisenhower jacket. Like
in the field?
For dress.
Oh.
Like the fancy.
Right.
If you look at how military dress is today, there's been a return to what they call colloquially the pinks and greens, which is basically the Eisenhower jacket. It's back. It's a perfect replica of the Eisenhower jacket. And that was sort of like a demand from a general.
Prep is
like
back.
that was not Annette's decision.
But that's for like existing in society, not on the battlefield, right?
That's not for the battlefield.
Right. So that's just.
But that's like when I went to the trade show, like everybody was in there like pinks and greens.
Right.
Huh.
But it's like, I think it's trying to bring a little old school gravitas back.
trad
But it's
life
like
shit.
how
shit. Yeah.
funny
Trad
that
life
like
shit.
I mean, it looks good.
Yeah.
It does look good. But that's the funny thing is like even though there's a designer, at the end of the day, if a general wants it, if a high-ranking general wants it, it still happens.
Yeah.
Let's look like we used to look when we were on top.
Yeah.
Even if it just looked like it. What's been the latest, at least that you're privy to, like battlefield advancement in terms of garments? Like, what is the newest thing that got rolled out that is like, I mean, I know we're not like necessarily deployed, or in active battle, but like what's the latest garment that is like rolled out onto the battlefield?
Well, there's a new cold weather system that's, I think, currently being rolled out. I don't know the most about that.
But it keeps you warm.
It keeps you warm. It's pretty great. Keeps you warm. There was a long time cold weather system. They're updating it now.
2.0.
Damn, we really are about to fight for shipping lanes in the Arctic, huh?
I know. It's like,
Roll out the new loadout.
But, the story about about multicam, like the camouflage.
Not in what you're about to tell us, I imagine.
Different type of multicam.
So you know about Cry Precision? They're in the Navy Yard.
Yeah.
So Cry Precision, they're kind of amazing. They make all kinds of special ops gear, and they're right here. And they're founded by some guys who went to Cooper Union, like art students.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
And they, multicam is in like the permanent collection at MoMA. It's like highbrow. And the thing that they created was basically, they started their company while they were still in school. And it was around 2000. And the problem was we were getting into too many different wars in too many different places. And we couldn't make enough camouflage for all of them. And it was getting too complicated because, we were kind of issuing, camouflage sort of began around Vietnam because you had these special ops guys who were like painting on their own camouflage in the jungle. And then people sort of caught on that this was a good idea. And so they started doing like new drops for every war. But you couldn't like update all the gear for everybody. So you'd have this like woodland camo,
Sure.
plate carrier. And then you'd have like a tiger stripe shirt.
Right.
And it's like, oh no, your camo doesn't match.
Yeah.
It sort of like
Desert Storm exclusive just dropped.
And then it like defeats the purpose if your camos don't match. And so they had this actually really smart idea that was like, what if we had one camo for everywhere? And it kind of reminds me of the line from Anchorman. They say it's a 75% solution. It's like 70% of the time.
75% of the time it works all the time. Yeah, or whatever.
But it also is really viable for a place like Afghanistan, which has really variable terrain. It's got hills, it's got lowlands, it's got forests. And a soldier can't like keep carrying different kinds of camo.
Outfit change.
Yeah, exactly. And so they submit multicam to the government and they're like, we have this idea for camo. The government's like, never mind, we've got an idea for camo. And they introduce this pattern of camouflage that everybody fucking hates. And they're like, this is our idea. This is our one camo. It doesn't fucking work. It's terrible. Everybody hates it. It's called the universal camouflage pattern. It's not universal. It just doesn't fucking work anywhere. Everybody hates it. Everybody hates it.
Yeah, people die.
It's universal in that it works nowhere.
It works nowhere.
Yeah.
It's like digital. It's called the UCP, and it just looks white. It just like sticks out everywhere. So everybody who could change.
Oh yeah, this is.
It sucks.
Look at him right over there.
Yeah, it's like Oh, hello.
Look at that guy.
And
Damn.
it's like it's repeatable. It repeats, so you can just see as soon as you find one guy, like boom, there's everybody else.
The military spent $5 billion on this, and it was a fucking brick.
It's horrible.
Thank you, taxpayers.
Yeah.
And so
She got the Antwerp Six on it.
Yeah.
So so everybody who could had the option to not wear this immediately did, which is the special ops guys. And multicam was already sort of embedded in the special ops community. They buy multicam. They plunk down their credit cards. They buy multicam. And the funny thing is, there's like this fashion cycle because everybody in the military is like, oh my god, the special ops guys, they're so cool.
They're the fashion influencers.
They're the influencers. And so
get ready with me to go to war. Boop.
And there's this other thing that happens. They do become the influencers because there used to be this kind of like code of secrecy. There used to be this like the honor of the SEALs. And during the war on terror, there's this kind of encouragement for SEALs to like get on social media and like tell their story, because the thing that kind of breaks through to this is the book, the 2007 book Lone Survivor, which is paid for, and the movie. The author Mark Luttrell is given book leave by the U.S. taxpayer to write this book.
You jealous?
Yeah,
a little bit. And yes. And so there's this like encouragement to kind of like gin up support for the war. Yeah. Because in this war on terror, that's sort of like, what are we doing here? What is this? The special ops guys are like a fun story and an easy story because they're bad. It's much more easy to cling on to the idea of like buff guy with a beard killing Osama bin Laden, like
super soldier.
These stories are so graspable. They give you like a beginning and a middle and an end and a hero in this war that's like, what's happening? Right. So the US military is like encouraging what was a secret to like share their stories.
We need content creators.
So they're like, that's how you get like these like Eddie Gallagher type, these like public facing figures. So special ops are being used more, they're being pushed more, and they have these bigger budgets. And so they're like, multicam is part of the look. Multicam is to the fore. So multicam is in these movies. Multicam is in Call of Duty. You know, everybody is like seeing multicam. It spreads. And so the army uses this shitty camouflage pattern for like 5 years. And then, Obama kind of wants a rebrand on Afghanistan. They're like, we're out of Iraq. That was a debacle. Like now we're back where we need to be. We want to rebrand. So they start like buying off the rack multicam. Cry is making a ton of money. And like, quick, just like get everybody in multicam. And then the government puts out their own version of multicam.
Damn. The dupe? Yeah.
It's
replica.
OCP, the operational camouflage pattern.
The cargos you have.
And so that's their all-purpose camouflage pattern. And it's a little bit more brown. Multicam is a little more green. But it's pretty effective. Like you can look at that. They look pretty similar.
Okay.
And then it was interesting when I asked the folks at the laboratory, at the government laboratory, I was like, so
it's like nearly identical.
Yeah. Yeah. But are you ready for the twist?
Yes, please.
So I asked the folks at the government, I was like, so what do you think of multicam? And they were like, well, we helped make that. They say that they invited Cry in like 2004 to work with them, and that together they made a pattern called Scorpion, and that it's the root of both of their patterns. So it really shows the pitfalls of working with the government, because it's kind of a toss-up, right? Like who's right? These art students who you could say, the government like wasn't using their work, so they took it, and then the government kind of stole it back. Or you could say the government invested time and research and resources into this, and they shouldn't have to like have the American taxpayer license it out to this company.
Yeah.
So it's really like,
who do you? Yeah, I don't know. Some fucking art students or the U.S. government? Kind of I don't trust either of them, to be honest.
I don't know. It's crazy.
I've been fucked over by both.
I'm like, I'm very skeptical of everybody. Yeah. I'm very skeptical.
How high up does this go?
Right.
I don't know. And I'm like, where's Scorpion? I just want to look at Scorpion.
Which is not available to the public. Is that like a proprietary? Oh, is Scorpion?
How do they have such sick names for their clothes?
I know. Why didn't they just?
This is the
Scorpion?
field jacket.
Who do you don't
these
know?
These are my pink and greens.
Who? What's your gut tell you? Who do you believe is actually the inventor of multicam?
I mean, I believe they both worked on Scorpion.
Okay. So did Cry officially get fucked out of like billions of dollars if they could have just like
Cry's
sold?
Doing fine.
But they could have sold could have sold the IP of the patent to the government for like $1 billion. No.
Damn, Scorpion is
instead of basically infiltrating it through the content fashion influencers at the secret ops guys.
Yeah.
Everyone being like, oh shit, these guys must know what they're doing. I'm influenced. I'm going to buy this shit. The government being like, oh man, we fucked up. This OPC shit is trash.
Yeah, it's true. Or the government could have been wise to what they had in the beginning. Yeah. It's Yeah. I don't know.
Damn.
But also on the other hand, I'm like, I don't think the taxpayer should have to pay a licensing fee because the government is well within its right,
Yeah.
The truth is camouflaged.
What's the current temp check on DigiCamo? People fucking with DigiCamo? I remember that was like a big thing.
Right. Yeah. I don't know.
What happened to that?
I don't know what was up with that. And like, well, it's funny. It's
like retrofuturism almost. It was
exactly.
cool,
and like, was that supposed to blend in with anything?
It's like, look, I'm on a computer screen.
Yeah. If you were in Tron, maybe if you were fighting in Tron. Yeah.
The funny thing is, I'm
If
not.
you're hacking into someone's, network.
It looked cool.
It did look cool. The funny thing is, I'm not sure how much camo is like supposed to work. Well, because I also went.
Hopefully all of it.
Well, the funny thing is, I went hunting. I shot a gun for the first time.
Congrats.
Thanks.
How'd it
Have you shot a gun?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Make you feel big?
It was fun.
Did you kill a guy?
Yeah. Who did you shoot?
It's like, I can see how it'd be fun.
Okay.
It was like, it hurt.
Yeah.
Like your shoulder?
Yeah.
Like your ears?
It's an aggressive thing. It's
What kind of gun was it?
The rifle.
Were you hunting game?
Like clay pigeons.
Okay.
Have you shot like a thing? Did you shoot an animal?
No, I never shot an animal. Wait, you
Did
were
you shoot an
hunting?
animal?
I've never taken a life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
What
think
do you
if I
have for
took a
lunch?
life, I
fucking
wouldn't like
steak?
it.
No. Okay.
Wait, you're wearing camo while skeet shooting? Because that's
No,
kind of
no,
boot. That's kind of boot.
It is a little
Boot as fuck, dude.
No, I was just talking to this hunting instructor about camo, and he was talking about how it like doesn't really matter depending on the animal because like deer are colorblind.
Oh, okay.
And like
Yeah.
and then turkeys have like really good vision, so you have to be in like a ghillie suit or like
Right there.
hiding. And so half
ghillie
the-
suits are kind of sick.
they are sick. But that's the thing. It's like, so if you're wearing like a camouflage shirt, what are you doing that for? It's either
Yourself.
like, exactly. It's the fashion.
What's up with orange camo? Is that supposed to be like if you're in a fire?
That's for deer hunting. That's for other hunters.
Oh, that's for other people to see you. Okay.
So that you don't get
So it's
shot
both-
by Dick Cheney.
So it's
Yeah.
camouflage,
In the
but it's
face.
also as bright as possible for other people to be able to see you. Because it is like
That's for other
orange,
people.
but it's like orange, black, and like, but it's not.
but like deer are colorblind. They
Talking
won't.
about like what
Yeah.
Dipset wore.
Yeah, I'm talking about like what's his name wore in Lost in Translation.
Bill Murray.
Bill Murray.
The shirt. That was like yellow, orange,
It was
and red.
inside out. It was inside out.
Yeah. So it was an inside out Rothko shirt, famously,
Yeah.
that he wore a ringer tee
Yeah.
in Lost in Translation as part of one of the
It's
fits.
so long.
Anyway,
It's fine.
I think that's
Yeah, he
just
was-
fashion. That's just fashion.
He was like, you could wear an optical illusion.
Yeah.
Well, I think
black
it
and
does
white.
help break up like your single mass of a body
Totally.
from a distance for another human,
Yeah.
right? So they can't like focus on like, right?
Yeah.
I don't fucking know.
Yeah. But he was, the most important thing is like radar protection. Like the pattern is sort of like
Oh,
less
interesting.
important. It's now like, okay, as a helicopter.
Oh, you
Right,
gotta,
right.
you gotta block your infrared.
Yeah, the
thermal heat or
infrared,
whatever.
The
like-
drones, yeah.
The pattern can only do
Yeah.
so much.
I need my
now.
dune suit to turn my piss into humidity and water.
Condensation, yeah.
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 What's up with you haven't mentioned Rothko at all, and I feel like they're like
Oh.
they at least in my mind as a novice, they're like the kings of this. What is their deal right now?
They're like, I don't know. They're like the knockoff brand.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
They
I
were
feel like
never valid.
if you go to any surplus store now, it's just like everything is knockoff militaria. Everything is like M83 style stuff. It's either like that website, the US
Patrol
Patriot.
or
It's
whatever,
like,
yeah.
it's like cut. There are three things. Okay. No, there are four things. The Army Navy surplus store is sort of dead. In its wake are either stores that sell like Rothko and what is it? Alpha
Industries.
Alpha Industries.
Yeah.
And they're making like new, cheap 20th century imitation militaria that you can buy in these places that look like dusty 20th century military surplus stores. Or they're like high-end actual purveyors of like, we have actual 1940s, 1960s overpriced militaria. Or they're places that actually have special ops,
The tactical
modern
shit.
tactical special ops stuff for like, this $400 rain jacket. Or there's actual military surplus, which is what the military is actually getting rid of. And that's like an auction site where you could buy like a boat. And they have
Like a battleship?
yeah, you can buy like a plane. You can buy some silverware.
Let's get
they have
a
like
company
Afghan
card.
rugs and like daggers and shit. Like
Damn.
I looked last night. They were selling like one pair of Jimmy Choo high heels. Like this is what the military is actually getting rid of and why. They have great deals on like watches. Definitely check it out.
Like Rolexes or
Well,
like,
it used to
or
be
like
that-
Timexes.
Like a lot of Bauman Mercer, like mid range.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
All right.
They
Let's,
used to wear subs. They don't anymore.
I know. I'm
Now
about to go
it's
fucking.
Apple
I'm about to go
Watches.
fucking shopping. Buy some opium.
They have
from the
like
U.S. government.
it's like weird like sad bachelor stuff. It's like dumbbell sets and
Ooh.
blenders, and it's like what the military actually wants to
Yeah.
get rid of.
Huh.
But
Dodge,
I was tempted by the fire truck.
Dodge Charger.
Yeah, it's really weird.
15,000 miles on it.
So that's like what military surplus actually is.
Okay. Kind of sad.
It is a little, and there's no clothes on the actual military surplus. I was like, jackets? Any jackets? No jackets. Because a lot of these are like,
just guys,
private companies,
just
you know?
just veterans that are trying to like sell their shit.
no, it's the Department of Defense. It's like, this is the leftover shit we have.
Yeah, this is an old
What's
blender
from
from
what?
the base. From
Yeah, it's
war.
like from the base. Like, this is what we
Okay.
have. And
Some pretzels.
and then like, you know, when I talk to these companies, when I talk to like Outdoor Research or Cry or these places that do it, they're like, we don't make extra clothes. Like we might have extra materials, but it's like, we're a company. It's
Made
not like,
to order.
whoops, we made too many jackets. Like we had so many extra jackets from World War II because the Manhattan Project was a secret and no one saw it coming. We made so many extra things because we thought we were going to invade Japan
Yeah.
and that the war was going to go on for like 3 more years.
Was it COD? Did those jacket manufacturers get paid for the jackets they made? That
Yeah.
didn't get, okay. All right.
Yeah,
good.
yeah,
All right,
yeah.
good. All right,
Like
all
the
right,
Quartermaster Corps was like, full speed ahead, boys. Like we think
Yeah.
this is like going on. So 20th
We're gonna fight
century.
forever.
What?
Nothing.
Sorry, you're so good at jokes. and I'm,
No,
like,
no.
bowing
It
my
was-
head.
I missed that one too. Don't worry about it.
Okay. It's like, yeah. So like 20th century military surplus was like,
But now it is literally like we need. It's pre-order. Yo, make us 4,000 jackets. Here's money.
totally. And so anything that's like surplus is like, you could buy it at a place like, you could buy surplus at US Patriot, but it's like, it's like outlet. It's
Mhm.
like the same way an outlet store has surplus. Like, oh, we made extra orders for like
Are they defective?
Barney's.
Like, where does
No.
defective shit go? Because it can't go to the military, right?
Right.
Or does it?
That'll be a huge
Well,
scandal. That's like happened with body armor and stuff before, where it's like
Right.
if you have a private contract and you sell fucking, defective whatever,
Right.
you're a federal criminal. You're
Yeah,
going to
M3
jail.
has gotten in trouble for that for
Yeah.
their earplugs. No, I talked to Outdoor Research. They're like, we've made surplus and then we just like release it on our website. Like you can just buy. You could buy. That's the thing. It's not hard to get. You just search for so many outdoor places. You just like search tactical and like there it is, and you can just buy it. It's not like a big secret. But I think it's become swaggy because it's expensive. It's like
Yeah.
you're paying for American labor
Sure.
and fancier stuff. It's like
Oh.
luxury, and also it's sleek. It's in black.
Yeah.
Or tan. It's nice.
Avery, with all this outdoor, now that you're an outdoors gear expert, what do you wear when it's raining?
This is the funny thing. I keep like being an expert in this shit that I'm really not interested in. Like I'm not a preppy person and I'm not a gear person.
So what do you wear? What do you wear when it's raining?
I have like a little rain hood that I wear.
Just a hood?
Yeah, because I was at a wedding and I saw this amazing, like this swaggy little septuagenarian lady put on her little rain hood in the rain. And I was like, that is so cute.
What about her shoulders and her torso?
You
And
call
her
an Uber.
legs?
You call an Uber.
You call an Uber. That's what yeah.
You only wear a hood when it's raining.
Yeah.
Protect the hair and then keep it pushing.
Yeah.
You don't know? Do you own any outdoors gear?
No.
Really?
I'm not an outdoorsy person.
You're an indoorsy person.
I'm an indoor cat.
Yeah.
No, I have my little aerobics class that I do with the ladies in the neighborhood, and that's outdoors.
Yeah.
But I am not a big hiker.
You don't rough it.
I like a rock scramble,
Okay.
but I think I always, it was very comforting because I always did feel a little weird about this idea that like you go out into nature and then you come back. I love taking like long walks in the city and like I bike everywhere. Like I love.
Do you bike in your regular clothes, or are you one of these like?
No, I bike. I'm not one of those like lycra guys.
I need my commuter Johns.
Yeah, like I love being like,
Remember when Levi's had like a commuter subline?
Yeah.
yeah, I did like those.
But that was definitely like, I don't know how effective that was because they're just like still jeans.
But they had the reflective thing on the
inner tape.
Yeah. On the
those were
selvage
tape.
or whatever.
I like those.
And it was
I didn't
like,
get them.
it was a little extra long in the butt. So when you bent over, you didn't see your butt crack when you were, cycling away.
No, I love that. I think it's so cute. I love like biking in heels, biking in a dress. I think it is so.
City bike or your
It's
bike?
very
My bike.
performative. You're
It is very
performative female.
It is.
We got, ladies and gentlemen, we got her.
Yeah.
We found the one.
It's just my life. It's just the way I live.
It's a movie.
It's a movie.
And you're the main character.
Avery, as a fellow podcaster, we got to ask you, just this past summer, it's October, it's like a few months ago, Rolling Stone declared that the narrative podcast is dead.
Long live the narrative podcast.
So why do you continue to slave away and stay inside and live in the Pro Tools foxhole doing real journalism when it's so much fucking easier to just sit down and talk shit like some people we know?
I don't have a co-host.
I'm sure there's people lining up to fucking fill that spot if you put it out there.
You and Greg.
Okay.
Yeah?
Greg's
No,
on board.
I don't know. Maybe I will. Who knows how much longer I can do this? I'm just going to ride it till the wheels run off.
But
So
you already know next season, right?
who
do
knows
you?
if I can get money for it? I don't know. I
true.
truly
Come on.
don't. I truly
What's your
don't
Venmo?
know.
Everyone Venmo Avery $1.
Let's crowdsource this bitch.
Yeah, I really don't know. I mean, I love doing this stuff. I find it very like life affirming, and I kind of can't believe I'm still able to do it.
It's certainly fucking resonating. I mean, like,
Yeah.
you're named Time's 100 greatest podcasts of all time. Do you agree, though, that any list about the greatest podcast of all time is absolute bullshit? Or do you agree with these lists because you were on said list?
I think it's kind of a like tombstone for the narrative podcast.
Oh, they're like, let's throw her
Yeah, I
on
think it's
because
kind
it's
of-
she's
I
old
think that's
news.
kind of like, and this is the epitaph. I think that was sort of like, and it's over.
Damn.
Were you shocked when you saw your inclusion amongst some of the greats? Like,
Yeah,
damn,
I
what
was.
the worst other? What are some of the bad?
What was on
ones
there? Like Joe Rogan? Like,
yeah, Joe. With some of the greats like Joe Rogan,
I was
and
like,
Theo
all
Vaughn.
these shows have been discontinued. Fuck. It was very like,
oh, is it like Serial and like?
yeah. I was like,
I mean, I did a Control F throwing fits. Nothing. Okay.
because
Close.
you're still kicking. You're not dead yet.
No, but
So are
That's what it
you.
means.
I think there's.
I think, but they don't know. They didn't know my next season was coming out. They were like, and she's dead.
That's
Oh.
not why they put you on there. I don't think it was like an in memoriam. I think it was just like you're a game changer.
Some podcast
very
we lost
sweet.
this year.
Yeah, it's fine. The way I see it is, it's always been a little embarrassing to be a podcaster.
Facts.
How do you
So-
how do you know if like a season or an episode is successful? Is it the listens? Is it the reception? Obviously, it's not fucking the receptions or the reaction on social media. Do you get like people on the street coming up to you now? Because the last season,
Right, because it's
American
October
Ivy-
and the season came out.
American Ivy made fucking waves.
Went
I feel like
crazy.
the timing was spot on. I think
Thanks.
It's true.
Uh,
I think military as well. It's
I think Tyler the Creator loved it apparently, right?
Yeah.
So
well,
shit.
moments like that, I'm like, oh, I think this thing hit. Yeah, we'll see. Like there's always this weird moment, especially because these things are like so long. You
Mhm.
kind of have to wait for everybody to listen to it. And I know I kind of demand a lot of the listener too. Like,
Yeah.
I know they're not easy listening. You kind of got to like plop yourself down and like listen. So it always takes a while for like the feedback to come. And there's always this like period of months where I'm like,
Where are you seeing the feedback?
I just like hear it eventually, but it
Okay.
takes like some weeks, and it's usually very
People are handwriting you letters like carrier pigeon.
mm,
I'm just saying you're not
Get any
really
telegrams?
you're not really online.
no, I'm online.
She's on X.
I'm
Okay,
on. I'm
you
on.
see
I'm
it
on
on
Blue
X?
Sky. I'm on Substack. I'm
You're
like,
around.
How's
I'm
Blue Sky
around.
doing these days?
It's so like sexless. It's so like
More sexless than other social media.
exactly.
Probably,
It's
yeah.
so clean. It's so like
Sanitized.
Sounds
it's
terrible.
so sanitized.
But to your
I bet
po-
you don't see a single person getting fucking beheaded, in a week.
yeah,
you don't see any
exactly. You
murders
don't
on
get your-
Blue Sky.
Twitter's just murder and porn. It's crazy.
Horrible.
Or
No
X.
anti-Semitic hashtags.
But to your
I don't get my fix there.
point about like having a listenership that and they are actively listening, right? And that's what
Yeah.
your show demands. When like Rolling Stone writes that piece, it's not like it's not like a trend in like the medium. It's like you're just kind of at the behest of the people that are listening. So like for a chit chat show, it's just so easy. So it's not like your fault. It's not like you're putting out a compelling product. It's just that people have fucking no attention spans. Like Like,
don't
let's
know.
be real. What you're doing it is good, real journalism, and it's not that people don't want to hear it. It's just that they don't know how to because their brains have devolved.
I think I've also just made my peace with being like, I'm not for everybody. You know, I'm not trying to be Alex Cooper, who I love, by the way. I think she's very good at her job. I just think that like, I've never been trying to be for everybody. I love the people who listen. I think it's so cool. It's like for a smaller audience.
But you really think what you're doing is dying straight up? Like you're like, I'm doing this
straight up.
Really?
Straight up.
But I think there's a difference between what you're doing and then like what like Serial was, where that was like such a high cost production, like rate. Like that's kind of what I think what to them was like the death knell of the narrative podcast, which again, disagree, but it's like Pineapple Street Studios closing, but that's
Totally.
a business thing.
Exactly.
Where it's like, okay, they got bought by what, Spotify, and then Spotify dumped all this money into their podcast division, and then they're like, actually, we're you know, it's constricting our podcast division, all these layoffs, we're canceling all these shows. Like that's the business side of it, not necessarily like the actual content that you're getting and producing.
No, that's true. And I think that's why I keep it lean, you know, that's why it's always just been me.
It's just
and
you.
the metaphor that I've always had in my mind is I feel like I've always felt like I've been canoeing over the ocean, which is like, why am I doing this? This feels crazy and it feels like a lot of work. And for a while, it felt like there were these ocean liners next to me, you know, like Pineapple and Spotify. And I was kind of jealous, you know, like watching these giant ships go in the same direction as me. But now I watch them like crumbling and
Sink.
falling. And I'm like, oh my God, oh my God, oh
Yeah.
my God.
You were able to paddle around the iceberg.
Yeah. But
You can
still
turn
in
that
my little
motherfucker.
canoe being like, oh my God, oh my
Yeah.
God, oh my God.
I think
So
that's beautifully said because I think that is. Look who's still here, right? Look who's still here.
I'm still here, and it's like a pleasure to be here. And the work is the reward, even if it is
Oof.
like
And the money.
exhausting
Yeah.
sometimes.
That's what the money is for.
And the money that we're Venmoing you. What's your Venmo?
Articles of interest. How pathetic is that?
On Venmo?
Really?
Find her on her favorite social media app, Venmo.
Your boy Alex got a $80 Venmo for OPC camo from Articles of Interest.
Ray.
Ray.
Who bought the camo
Alex.
for you at the
Alex.
store?
Oh yeah, Alex. Yeah,
Alex,
sorry.
The Merchant
Yeah.
Marine.
Yeah.
How much were they?
How much were they? They weren't expensive because it's like at
Like
the military
sub
exchange. They get
100?
it at cost. Yeah, I think so.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, I normally call him by his last name, so I was like, Alex, what?
What's his Venmo? Let's Venmo him. It's a crowdsourcing.
Yeah, everybody.
Thank you for his
everybody pay
service.
Alex,
Yeah.
Alex back. Yeah, thank you for your service.
Avery,
service,
the
Alex.
new season of Articles of Interest is out in 2 days. Before we get you out of here, because you got to, never mind. The episode's already edited and finished and locked.
Yeah.
That's right. It's done.
What
Fingers crossed.
what is some constructive criticism you would like to give us?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, you're the GOAT. We're in the wake of your
We're
Stop being
platforming
so
the goat.
obsequious. That's my.
What does that
critique.
mean?
Don't you're so fawning. It's
Oh.
so sweet. It's really
Oh,
lovely.
we're dick glazing.
So it's like it's a fancy way of saying we're glazers. Got it.
yeah. We're deriding and glazing.
Wait, so you're
Okay,
saying
cool.
we should be? We know we're being sincere. You don't believe us?
No, it's so sweet. I'm like I'm
Okay,
so
be
I'm
less
so
sweet.
chuffed.
So be
Be
meaner.
meaner?
Be meaner.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't Venmo her.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah. Give your money to us instead.
Yeah, do that.
Okay.
No, it's really I'm genuinely
We're always happy
so
to have
amazed
you.
by,
Happy to
like,
see you.
All the prep and the questions.
Oh my
in general.
God. Thank you so much. What would you like to plug?
Articles of interest, the gear season. Please consider it. Give it a listen. It gets
weekly
better.
episodes?
Episode 1
Stop.
starts in the 1800s, but it picks up. It picks up.
But why? What? Come on.
Why do you say that?
Yeah.
I'm just saying because it has to start in the 1800s, which is like, okay, we're gonna get through this, but then it gets more interesting.
Yeah, but that's the American frontiersman. That's the outdoorsman.
yeah,
that's-
but it gets
the-
more interesting.
That's where American commerce begins with
Yeah.
like posers that need to buy buckskin suits from guides, and the guidesmen themselves are fucking posers, and they're buying them from the indigenous women that are actually making them.
Yeah.
It's a tale as old as time.
We'll get through Sacagaway and we'll get to fucking
yeah, okay.
Eisenhower.
Multicam.
Where can the kids follow you on your one social media? On Blue Sky.
Yeah, what's your handle?
What's my handle on Blue Sky?
Yeah.
I'm on Substack.
Oh yeah.
All her Substack.
I'm on Substack. Email me.
What's your email?
Right.
Find me on my website. All your listeners found me last time.
Okay, so do
Yeah.
that again.
Yeah.
but
Do
not-
that again.
Not
Found me
Continue
on
to
Found me
bother
last
this
time.
poor woman
Yeah.
on our
Everyone's
behalf.
really nice.
I know
really
they
like
are.
your listeners. They're really great.
Thank you, and they like you, Avery Trufelman. Thank you
Thank
for
you
coming on to one of the only other podcast that matters
Yeah.
besides Articles of
The
Interest.
only regular podcast that matters.
There we go. Thank you.
Chef, take us out.